She the queen, yeah, that's Queen Esquire. Legal trouble, she getting you out the fire. Another day and she solving another case, cause she litigate with dignity and grace. She the queen, yeah, that's Queen Esquire. Legal trouble, she getting you out the fire. Another day and she solving another case, cause she litigate with dignity and grace.
Period. 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 Nah. Period.
Hello, litigators and opinionators. Court is now in session, y'all. How is everybody doing this lovely Friday evening? Hello, Bad News. Wow, have I missed you dearly? I'm so happy to see you in the chat, y'all. Let's get going. My opinionators and litigators, court is now in session, and we have to come and talk about this tragedy. Because, guys, there's so many different layers in this story. And stories that I like to cover are stories that I just cannot seem to get out of my head, that just really affect my heart. And this story is one of those stories. I just cannot stop thinking about this story. My heart is just truly broken for this young lady. Because my theory in this case, and there's so many different ways this case could have gone, so many possibilities. We'll talk about a little later, but just kind of how the different theories have unfolded. So let's kind of get into this. So let's talk about the two people on the screen before we kind of get into the story. So the young lady here, she is a 9-month pregnant, 18-year-old young lady. Her name is Savannah, and she resides in Texas, San Antonio, Texas. Okay. And she has the young man next to her is the baby's father. He is 22 years old. Now, the tragedy is we as young ladies and we as young men, we have to be careful who we let into our lives. The Bible says to guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. And when we let certain influences in our life, it could be a very detrimental determinative factor that could lead to the premature death of our own future. And that's the theory that I think happened in this case, because this young man on the screen here, his name is Matthew Guerrera. Okay. And Matthew Guerrera, he's 22 years old, like I said, but he is a young man that we'll get into later. He's involved in a lot of sketchy stuff. Lots of sketchy stuff. And it seems like this young lady is surrounded by sketchy people in her life. So it kind of sad because it feels like she didn't stand a chance. This young man here, who she opened her heart to, ended up was going to have a child with. Actually, she was going to be induced just this past weekend before she was tragically taken out. And my theory is because of guilty by association, because she linked up with this man here, which led to her demise. And this case really captured my heart because a similar tragedy happened in my life with somebody I personally knew. Same thing happened. She got with the wrong guy. She was a Christian young lady, very, very good Christian girl, ended up falling in love with the wrong man and ended up brutally murdered because he was involved in some very sketchy stuff. And his enemies came after him, and she was with him at the time. And they unalived her and him because she was there. I think that's what happened in this case. But there's so many theories. You guys let me know, my opinionators, litigators, as we get into the story, let me know what you think. But this young man, let's get into the background of him. He has a very sketchy past. The first allegation against him is he was physically violent towards Savannah. He had actually been charged with domestic violence last year, 2022, allegedly, because of him battering her. And actually neighbors who have heard them, where they relive, they heard him constantly yelling at her, berating her, and assaulting and battering her. So initially, when this case was came to light and these two were found executed in their vehicle, someone took a gun, put it behind their ear, and pulled the trigger. Savannah was found in the front seat with holding a car seat, and the boyfriend here, Mr. Guerrero, was found in the back seat. And I'll get into my theory how I think that whole positioning happened a little later, but I'll just say it now. My theory is this: they were driving in the car to meet a very sketchy person because Mr. Guerrero, he's involved in allegedly drug dealing. Now, there have been pictures floating around online of him on his social media with stacks of money. Y'all already know when people pose with stacks of money, they're up to no good. I'm just going to be real. When I first saw his picture with the stack of money, my entire mindset went towards he is the reason why Savannah's dead. There's something in his background that led to this girl's demise. When I saw the stack of money, I already knew he was up to no good. It had to do with some type of drug dealing. Well, people had found photos of his social media where he actually was a very well-known alleged drug dealer. And he was selling all kinds of stuff, allegedly codeine and all kinds of drugs. And he even had transactions with people online selling these drugs. And a lot of these situations are very dangerous because people end up robbing each other. You gain enemies this way, and somebody ends up deceased because of it. What's very ironic about this case, guys, is that Savannah's younger brother, who was 15 years old, he was brutally unalived just last year. Okay. And it was related to the same situation. He was heavily involved in drug dealing and selling drugs. And so he was unalived last year. And in court, I'm just going to give you guys a background story, then we'll actually go into the whole actual concrete evidence. But I like to give a little summary. That's just how I am, just in case people want to tune out later on. And then we break it down past, into different pieces. That's kind of how I do things. But anyway, so last year, Savannah's brother was unalived brutally because of his affiliations with heavy drug dealing. It's like this girl is surrounded by drug dealing, rough type of people, which led to her demise and her baby's demise. That's why I wanted to talk about this story, because you have to be careful who you decide to allow in your surroundings, because you can end up losing your life prematurely. Even if you're living a good life, you're not involved in criminal activity or rough, situations or gang activity. You merely associating with people in those situations can lead to your premature death. And that is what I think happened to this beautiful young lady. So anyways, last year, her family is still grieving because her 15-year-old brother was brutally unalived. And during the court proceedings related to her brother's death back in October, a huge brawl broke out in the courtroom. Savannah's family members beat up, or basically was attacking the guy who allegedly unalived their brother because he was making comments in court, like smirking and making, very derogatory, horrible comments towards the family. He looked over, made a facial expression, and they all jumped on him. And it was just a big problem. So there were three different theories as to what people thought. When this case first came out, people assumed that Guerrero basically did a murder execution. He took her out and then took himself out. Maybe he didn't want the baby. That was the first people thought when they first heard this case. But as people started to hear about Guerrero's background, hearing about her brother, people started thinking of other theories. Some people thought, well, maybe she was unalive because of revenge as it related to the attack in court relating to her brother. And then there was a final theory that maybe it had everything to do with Mr. Guerrero. And Savannah's family does not like Mr. Guerrero. And we'll go into details about what her mom says about him. A lot of people do not like this man for Savannah, but you can't tell anybody anything, especially somebody 18 years old. She thinks she's grown and she could do whatever she wants to do. And because of that, I feel it led to her demise. There's, in my opinion, as this case unfolds, what I allege and I speculate is going to happen. Again, everything I'm talking about here is allegations. I speculate that it has everything to do with Mr. Guerrero. and his drug activities. And he allegedly, based upon his family members and friends and everyone around him, are saying that he had a lot of enemies. Of course, you over here flashing all this money, flashing drugs online. It can lead to people targeting him. So he had money on his back. And Savannah and her baby ended up caught in the whole situation. I think when this case develops, that is going to be the ultimate theory that is the central forefront. But let's get into this, guys. I talked too much. I want to read the article really quick that I have here about the case. And then we will get into some of their Facebook posts. I mean, because, guys, this case has so much drama, guys. Drama. Okay. So let's get into the article, and then we will kind of delve, and we're going to deep dive into some of these Facebook posts and different people involved, because there's so much to get involved. But the article I have here is from Daily Mail, and there's a couple articles I want to go into from Daily Mail. This first one here says, pregnant teenager Savannah Nicole Soto and boyfriend are found alive in a car in Texas 2 days after she vanished when she was due to be induced into labor. That's the sad part, guys. This baby was a full-blown, fully developed child in her womb, ready to be taken out. That's what makes it so sad. And whoever people involved in this, they're basically going to be on the hook for 3 murders here, because that boy is pretty fully developed. He was ready to be induced at any moment. That weekend, basically, the next day. So Savannah, 18 years old, and her boyfriend, Matthew Guerrero, 22 years old, have been found deceased after they went missing on 2023. I really suspect that Matthew Guerrero took his girlfriend to go do a quick transactions, probably sell some drugs, do a quick one, and he was set up by whoever he went to go meet. And he was driving the vehicle. So whoever he came to meet up to whatever drug transaction he was in the process of doing, she happened to be in the car, in my opinion. This is all allegations. And they probably pulled out firearm. He had a gun on him, but his gun was not there when they found him. But anyways, I think they told him to get out the car, get into the back seat, and whoever, was involved in this got into the driver's seat and executed both partners. There was multiple people involved, in my opinion. Executed them, drove over to this unknown apartment complex, left the car, and then abandoned the bodies. That's what I think. But anyways, let's get into it. So Savannah and her boyfriend, Matthew Guerrero, have been found deceased after they went missing on December 23rd. The couple's body were found at the Colinas Medical Apartments on Northwest Side in San Antonio. And Savannah had no connections to this apartment complex. Very suspicious. I just feel so sad for this girl, because she chose the wrong man. She chose the wrong man, and now she's gone because of it, and her child. Savannah Antonio Chief William Manus said the crime scene is very complex and perplexing. The bodies of the missing pregnant teenager. Sorry, guys, my phone went off on here. The bodies of the missing pregnant teenager who was due to give birth and her boyfriend have been found deceased, according to her family. Savannah Nicole Soto, 18, and her boyfriend, Matthew Guerrero, vanished on December 23rd. And it's sad, all these tragedies happening right around Christmas time. This was just 2 days before Christmas. And now we're talking about another very horrific case, because we talked about the other case that happened on Christmas Eve, which you'll have to watch that tragic story about the brother unaliving his sister because he is, a privileged boy who should have gotten any gifts in the first place. You know what I mean? Anyway, now we have this tragic case. It's just like, come on now. These cases are so sad. The couple's bodies were found inside a vehicle on the northwest side of Colinas Medical Apartments in San Antonio. Let's see what else is going on here. Okay, can you guys see this? Let me see if y'all can see the storyline here. Okay, you guys can. Okay. Soto was last seen at Leon Valley apartment, and she was described to be in imminent danger or involuntarily disappeared, according to the authorities. And what's very tragic about this, some of the neighbors say that they heard her screaming as if somebody had kidnapped them at the apartment complex. Like somebody rushed them into the car, she was heard screaming and stuff as they forced them into the car, because when his parents went to their house. They saw a lit candle and her induced labor bag still at the house. So it seems like somebody kidnapped them. That's what people are saying and alleging. So this is crazy, y'all. The 9-month pregnant teenager never showed up at the hospital where she was scheduled to be induced just past Saturday, guys, at 6:30. This just happened last weekend. And look, you could see how big she was in this photo. The baby was a fully developed, full-blown child at this point. So that's like 3 murders in one. It's so sad. My God, this is just this case captured my heart because she was an 18-year-old young girl who had nothing to do probably with drug sales, but she with the wrong man. The wrong man, okay? And here's another photo of them. This is Matthew Guerrera, the knucklehead that she chose to be with, who ended up leading to this girl's death. I really feel that's what happened, in my opinion. Just my opinion. Again, I don't have facts that happened, but it's my opinion. I feel he is the central issue in this whole case and why she's dead. And that's what her family members feel as well. So there she is, guys. This was her baby shower. She looks so cute. Look at the little flowers, you know, when they announced that it was a boy, and they were just so happy. And he being a hot mess, putting his hands on this poor girl. Mess, right? Her boyfriend, Matthew Guerrera, had also gone missing, and some have accused him of being involved. Yeah, at first people thought, before they knew all the details, people were accusing him of basically a murder-suicide. That's what everybody thought. But as the details came out, people realized it couldn't have been that, because there's no firearm found in the vehicle, guys. Not a firearm in sight. And his phone is gone. So if he took his life, the gun would have been near him. And clearly he did not. So someone else did this, and there's video surveillance showing that someone drove that car after they were deceased. So clearly that theory that many people had, which people were thinking that, you know, he was the one who did. That's what I thought when I first heard the case. I don't know about you guys in the comments. Let me know when you first heard this case, what was your first, you know, speculation about it, of what you think happened. A lot of people thought he was involved, and he is involved, in my opinion, but indirectly involved, in my opinion, meaning the sketchy lifestyle that he had is what indirectly led to this woman's demise. So it's not that he directly ended her life, but it was his sketchy affiliations, in my opinion. Knucklehead looking man. Oh Lord. Guerrera's mother denied the accusations against her son. So you know how everybody's son is going to be their superstar. So his mom is over here saying, I know my son and he wouldn't do anything to hurt her. Now, I don't agree to, you know, with everything she's saying. I mean, she knows her son, so she doesn't think he unalived her. But, oh, you saw this too, bad news? But I know, Laura, this is crazy. It's so sad. It is very sad, Laura. But, guys, he was abusive to her, allegedly, in the past. I mean, he's got criminal charges on the books. He wasn't convicted yet, but he was charged with battering this girl. So even though he wasn't the one, he definitely wasn't the one that took her life. But he wasn't Mr. Stellar Man of the Year either. Okay. So the couple's bodies, guys, were found at the Colinas Medical Apartments on the north side. And this is the scene. Let's get close up right here. Okay. You see all the cops here pulled up. This was the car where the bodies were found, right here. And there's video surveillance showing the suspects. There was multiple suspects involved, y'all. This was a whole hit. I think this was a setup. That's why they took this man's phone, because there probably was some text messages in there that would have incriminated them. They probably said, you know, hit him up online. It was like, hey, I want to buy some drugs from you. Let's meet up such and such and such. So what he thought was, oh, I'm going to on my way to the hospital. We'll make this quick stop. We'll sell these drugs, and then we'll get on. That could be one theory. Or the other theory is like what neighbors are saying is they were ambushed at their house and got kidnapped. That could be one theory too. But somehow they took that phone for a reason. What was the reason for taking that phone, guys? They took his phone. Let me know in the chat what y'all think about that phone, because I was suspicious why the suspects took the phone. So this is the actual crime scene right here, where the car was found right here. That's the car. These are all the cops that came here to check out the crime scene. Allegedly, guys, it wasn't even the cops that first found the car. Allegedly, it was the family members, because somebody sent a text message over to them telling them, giving them like a tip saying, hey, you know, I saw the car that Savannah was last in at such and such apartments. And that's when they went over there and discovered the bodies. And that is even more horrific, because imagine you walk, hold on, I don't even want to imagine, guys. Imagine like going to a crime scene and seeing your loved one like that. Like, that is just horrible. I would not wish that on anyone. So it's even more sad to know the family members had to be there. And when they did the press conference, where there was an officer or a chief, I don't know if he was a chief of the police department, but when he was speaking, you could hear the very blood-curdling, sad cries of the family in my heart, guys. I've been so obsessed with this story because this story really just tore me apart. Because this young lady was probably an innocent girl and got caught up with the wrong man, y'all. Oh, Lakeisha said those rundown apartments sketchy. Oh, really? Are you from Texas, Lakeisha? They do look like a sketchy area. You are right, girl. Those apartments do look very suspect, right? We're gonna look at these other stories here. See, there's some more articles here I want to kind of get into because it goes into the updates. But anyways, San Antonio Police Chief William McManus said the department will work with the Leon Family Police Department to investigate her death. See, and you know how they're focusing more on her? Yes, because she was pregnant with a 9-month child, so it's very, horrific. But also because she's the innocent person in this whole situation. She just got caught up with the wrong man. That's why I wanted to do this story, because we sometimes get so caught up in love and you don't realize the person that you let into your life can be the very reason your life is taken from you prematurely. That's why this case has to be discussed and really, really studied, because we have to learn from these stories in order to help other people. Now, McManus, he told reporters that the crime scene is very complex and perplexing. This part right here really leads me to believe, guys, that there's a lot of different pieces to this. Because here's what I think. I think there's different layers to this crime scene, because likely there's multiple people involved in this, right? It's a conspiracy going on. Then those bodies were not unalived at that location. So there's multiple crime scenes, which is why they're saying it's complex and perplexing, because I think there's multiple crime scenes. There's the crime scene where the unalive happened. And then now this is the second crime scene where the car was dropped off. So that's why they're saying that, because they've got so many different pieces of evidence that they have to comb through and really develop. And there's other rumors out there, and I don't know if this is a rumor or speculation or whatever, but there's a speculation going on that possibly, because of all this very fear and terror that Savannah was going through, she might have had the child in that car, like during the whole situation, the child deceased, when she was unalived. Because the way the report reads, it sounds as if the baby was, kind of came out during the whole tragedy. Not alive, of course, after the ending of her life, basically. He said detectives right now are looking at this as a possible unalive, but we don't know for sure. Now, we know for sure. Come on now. If there's bullets in the back of this woman's head, as people are saying, and the man, clearly they were unalived. Okay, come on now, Sheriff. McManus also said the police did not know who located the vehicle and did not clarify if the child had survived. I wish the child had survived. But you know what? I don't think the child survived, because there was an interview by the grandmother saying she wished she would have had a chance to hold the baby just at least once. So that makes me speculate the baby didn't live. Mariana Delgado, who claims to be the deceased teenager's sister-in-law, posted on Facebook that Soto's body had been found early this evening and that she was in bad condition. Dang, her sister-in-law? Wow. We're actually going to look at the sister-in-law's Facebook, guys, just to see if we can get posts, because she actually posted a lot of stuff. So we're going to look comb through her Facebook later on, and we're going to look through Savannah's Facebook. And hopefully we can see if we're trying to find Matthew Guerrero's, but I don't know if I'll be able to find his, maybe or maybe not. Anyway, let's get into this. Delgado later requested the family be allowed to grieve. This is so sad. Savannah was so happy because she was going to be a mommy. It breaks my heart. Soto's mother, Gloria Cordova, had previously told Ken's S5. That's sad, guys. Dang, and the horrible part about it is she was about to give birth that next day. That's the part that sucks. I was like, that's the horrible part about it. The baby was ready to be released, be out, be delivered. Dang, these people are, I'm telling you, these people, these thugs, these gangsters, whatever they are, you want to call them, I don't care what you want to call them, they have no remorse. They don't care if you're pregnant. They don't care if you're innocent involved. If you associate with people that are involved in sketchy stuff like this, these situations can lead to your premature demise. They don't care. I mean, we heard of other stories like this where there was that massive massacre of that whole family because I guess the brother was involved in drug activity and they went to the house and unalived everybody in there. They even unalived this young girl and her baby, killed her baby too. She ran across this. They found her in the bushes where they executed her and her little baby because she was trying to run with the baby to save the baby and get out of there, you know, when the guys came in there and killed the whole family. And she was trying to get away and they found her, y'all, and they killed her little baby too. They don't care, guys. They don't care. These people are evil. Anyway, the Leon, they said, please come home. No one's going to judge you. No one's going to say anything. Cordova said, I just want you to be home. I wish you did go home. The Leon Valley Police Department had issued a clear alert on Monday for Soto, described as a white female, 5'1" inches tall, weighing 115 pounds, and with brown hair and brown eyes. How is she 115 pounds if she's 9 months pregnant? Oh, this was inaccurate, y'all. This was definitely inaccurate weight because she was, you seen how huge she was. She was ready to, look how big she was. She was not 115 pounds. That was not accurate. But anywho. The heartbroken mom said she had last heard from her daughter on December 22nd. Dang. But failed to reach her on Saturday when she decided to check on Soto at her apartment outside San Antonio because she was about to give birth. So everybody was ready to go with her to the hospital, you know, and be there and celebrate the birth of her first child. 18-year-old girl. 18. She just became an adult, y'all. She didn't even get to live out her adult life or even see her baby. This is sad. God, imagine carrying a baby 9 full months. Baby about to be delivered and this happens. This is horrific. I went by there and knocked and she wasn't answering, Cordova said. We go to the hospital and they said she wasn't there. Cordova said Soto was ready to become a mom and had the nursery done, planned on giving birth with her mother in the delivery room. That's why her mother came to see her. Now, this was the photo, guys, that I seen that told me everything about what happened. Okay. When I first heard this story, I was thinking, oh, you know, it's definitely just, you know, it's definitely that he took her life and he took his life afterwards. That's what I thought at first. Then when I saw this photo, y'all, my whole perception changed. As soon as I saw this photo, I was like, okay, I know what happened now. Look at the stack of money. Now, if he's really doing an honest, decent living, most of the time you don't see regular workers who work a 9 to 5 out here with a stack of money just chilling. No, they put their paycheck in a bank account, right? You put your money in a bank account. You're not out here carrying your cash all around, flaunting it. in my opinion, him carrying this stack of cash right by his head, where we see a lot of people, they're always involved in some type of illegal activity. A lot of times it has to do with drug activity. And before I even knew about the social media stuff that he had going on, that's what I first speculated. I'm like, this guy's involved in drug activity. And probably what happened was this either was a robbery or somebody was after him because of his lifestyle. Well, there's different people out there who have found photos of drugs and different, he had all kinds of drugs, guys, and people were messaging him to order to get, to buy drugs from him. And his family members are saying he had a lot of enemies because of his lifestyle. His mom claims people are quote unquote hating on him because of the money he makes. No, he's involved in illegal stuff. Look what happened to Soto's brother. Soto's brother, who was 15 years old, wasn't even an adult, was out here selling drugs, and he ended up brutally unalived last year. So what do you think is going to happen to a man right here, Mr. Guerrera, who is involved in allegedly the same type of situation? Allegedly. The same demise is what's going to happen. And who ends up being taken out, and they have nothing to do with this, allegedly? An innocent person, 2 innocent lives, because she chose to be around people like this. We have to do better. Now, I don't blame her. I'm not blaming her, but I'm trying to go over this story because I want people to learn from this tragedy, because she should be here. She probably had nothing to do with all them drugs and stuff. She just ended up with falling for this knucklehead over here. Look at that money. Y'all already know where he probably was doing some stuff he had no business doing. A user who claimed to be a neighbor of Soto and Guerrera last year said they witnessed the boyfriend arguing and beating her almost every day. Did you hear that? Witnesses are saying from last year they heard him yelling and beating this woman almost every day. I just never can wrap my head around how a man could put his hands on a woman. I mean, a woman has less strength most of the time. I'm not going to say, because there's some women out there who are wildebeests out there, but I'm saying most women have less strength and less capability to overpower a man. So I just never have been able to wrap my head around how a man could put his hands on a woman. I just see that as a coward, a bully, to put your hands on a woman. So that's what people, when they had found out that he had been doing that, and the family knew about this and he had been charged for it before, the first thing that went to everybody's mind is they thought that he was the one that unalived her. And it makes sense because of the witnesses in the other incidents. But that's not what happened. So here's another side view of the crime scene, guys. Look at this. It's the apartment complex. Mariana Delgado, who claims to be the deceased teenager's sister-in-law, posted on Facebook that her body had been found early this evening and she was in bad condition. And their bodies had been there for about 3 or 4 days, guys, before it was found. So, it was already starting to be decomposition. And so her body was decomposing, and you never know what other, any bugs or whatever. I don't know. Was trying to, definitely the body was starting to decompose by then. So here is another, like I said, another view of the crime scene here. And this is the car. You see how the car is like right there in the middle. Everybody's surrounding this car. It's very sad, man. It's so sad, guys. This case just makes me want to I don't know. Just made me sad. Okay, let's take a look at this video here so we can get a little bit more different perspectives of this tragedy.
How to save an adult who is choking. Ask them if they for performing abdominal thrusts.
Everybody ready? 1 second. Okay.
So what I'm about to tell you, excuse me, what I'm about to tell you is preliminary information and could change, quite possibly will change as detectives get further into the investigation. And what we're looking at right now, I think everybody knows the background on this, so I won't go into it.
And before we continue watching this, I just want to give you the background. Where he is right now is at the crime scene when he does this press conference. You can see all the crime scene tape and everything. So the car's still over there. They just found the body. So this was like right after the whole discovery of the body. So you may hear, this is the part where you're going to hear the family members, you know, crying out and just very sad during this press conference.
But what we're looking at right now is a very, very, very perplexing crime scene. And detectives right now are looking at this as a possible murder. And, but we don't know for sure. So again, because of the complexity, the complex crime scene, we can't say for sure what we have. Questions?
How many people were found? Are there people
Two.
inside the car?
There are 2 people in the car.
Are they dead?
They are deceased. And we believe that it is the missing woman and her boyfriend, but we can't confirm that right now officially until the medical examiner takes a look at the bodies and makes that determination as to their identity.
So that missing woman was pregnant. Do we have any update on the baby?
No, I mean, I can't say for sure. I'm not going to say anything officially about whether the person in the vehicle was pregnant or is pregnant. I can't say that officially, so I'm not going to. We have to wait for the medical examiner to say anything officially. But we do believe that the 2 individuals are the female who was missing and her boyfriend.
Any weapon inside the car?
We don't know that yet. We have not been able to move the bodies.
Is it a key Optima?
And the updated information is they later on say that no weapons were found in the car. And allegedly, Mr. Guerrero carried a firearm on his person. That's what people are alleging. But that firearm was not found in the car. So that's kind of like an updated. He's saying at this press conference he didn't know. But later on, there's updates that there was, in fact, no gun found in the car. So that eliminates him being Matthew being the one that unalived the young lady Savannah and the child allegedly. So that theory is out the window at this point.
Yes, it's the car that was described as the boyfriend's.
Did the family call in about the car?
Yes, family did.
You know,
They were alerted that the car was here, and they phoned it in.
And that was around 4 o'clock?
I don't know exactly what time it came in.
you know how long they may have been here for?
We're thinking possibly for 3 or 4 days.
So who exactly found the car?
I don't know exactly who found it, but the parents were alerted by someone or the family was alerted by someone who came across the vehicle.
Chief, we know that the clear alert obviously went out in Leon.
Right, guys. So it was the family members who allegedly found. That's the sad part about it. That's why they're crying, guys, because they came to the crime scene and found their loved ones deceased. That's why the sister-in-law posted on Facebook that the body was in bad condition, because allegedly she was one of the people that was there that saw it before law enforcement even discovered the body. That's horrific. Just horrific. Oh, I wouldn't wish that on anyone to see their family like that.
Leon Valley, but there have been questions on why SMPD did not issue their own alert. Were you ever alerted to any idea that this could be within your jurisdiction?
I believe we became aware of it, but this being originating in Leon Valley, that's why it came out from there. The alert, clear alert. But
here's where the law enforcement messed up, and I feel like law enforcement needs to do better, guys. because the law enforcement, when they were first alerted of her missing, all they said was, oh, well, you know, they're adults. They can do whatever they want. They don't need to report to you or whatever. But it's like, hello, she's 9 months and she's about to give birth the next day and she missed her appointment. Like, this is not just they're being adults just out here living their best life when the child needs to be, you know, delivered. So like the law enforcement need to kind of use their judgment better. Like, this situation is different than the normal situation where adults go missing. This is a 9-month pregnant woman. And if they probably would have reacted sooner, maybe they might have saved these people's lives if they would have just did a little bit more. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Maybe that's way far-fetched to say. But what I would at least say, even if they couldn't save their lives, they could have at least got to the crime scene quicker so that the evidence could have been preserved more efficiently. Because as each day goes past, it makes the crime scene less and less strong in terms of prosecution in court. So all these days are going by. There could be people meddling with evidence, all kinds of stuff like, you know, decomposition, all these different things happening to the crime scene. And if they would have just responded, even by just merely, you know, getting a search warrant for the phone. And now the family was saying that they even asked law enforcement to do a search warrant to track the location of where they were. And they said, well, you know, a judge is not going to approve that search warrant because there's not sufficient evidence, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, if you got people missing and you got a woman who's 9 months pregnant, who's about to have a baby the next day, I feel like a judge would look at that evidence more efficiently if they present the evidence as a state of emergency of someone possibly being abducted, a woman with a child being abducted, you know. So I don't know. I feel like these officers kind of dropped the ball in this case.
Was there ever any indication that SAPD should have put out a clear alert of their own?
No.
So are y'all leading this investigation to the death? Is Leon Valley still involved in the investigation?
No, we are. If there's any information that Leon Valley has, our detectives will work with Leon Valley on that. But the case is an SAPD case right now.
What can you say to the Soto and the Guerra family who are here today?
What can I say to them? Exactly what I just told you.
What makes this complex that you said?
Pardon?
What makes this a complex?
I don't.
Wow, he was so rude and dismissive when they're saying, what can you say to the families? Exactly what I said to them. So rude.
It appears to be a very complex crime scene, very perplexing crime scene.
And who lives here?
One more question, guys. One
Was
more
the
question.
FBI ever involved in this investigation, or is anybody else going to be involved with the complexity of it?
No, not unless we reach out to them, but no.
Chief, any of them live here, or why were they here? Do you know?
Anyway,
Do you know why they were here?
no, I don't.
Thank y'all.
Thank you all.
Thank
Thank
y'all.
So there you have it, guys. That was the initial, what is this? Initial press conference, kind of informal press conference when they first discovered the body. This guy here who was speaking was the San Antonio police chief. His name is William McManus. He told reporters that the crime scene is very complex and perplexing. That's kind of concerning to me. But you know, if the officers, like I said, guys, these officers sometimes they're so desensitized because they have to deal with these murder cases all the time that it's just to them a regular, typical day out in the neighborhood. So if they would have responded more quickly and with a sense of urgency, as the family members had requested days before, then the crime scene may not have been as complex and perplexing as it is now. So it's like they have to sometimes really work on their law enforcement investigative skills, because sometimes I'm telling you. But anyways, let's get into the article. They said, we don't even know what happened. They said it could be anything. Cordova said, adding that her daughter would have never disappeared like this. Yeah, because she was with that knucklehead dude, Guerrera. That's why she's deceased, because of him, allegedly. You know, whoever his affiliations was led to this girl's death, in my opinion. Cordova has also taken to social media to ask for help by posting a photo of pregnant Soto. I'm worried about her safety. She is with her boyfriend. Look at what the mom said. I'm worried about her safety. She is with her boyfriend, who is no good. Look at that. who is no good. Savannah's mom and her stepdad did not like Matthew Guerrero. I bet you there have been many times when her mom and stepdad had told her to leave that man alone. But you know, these young girls out here that you can't tell them anything. You cannot tell these girls or men, either way you want to put it, because it could be any gender here. I'm not going to be, trying to just pick one side because it could be the other side. You can't tell them anything when someone's trying to, especially, the mothers have instincts and intuition, and she probably already knew this boy was no good for her daughter. She said it right here. She knows. Mom has intuition. Mom is on point. She knows her daughter's death has everything to do with that knucklehead boy. She said it right here. Let's say it again. Let's read that one more time. Because she really, in my opinion, I think her mom is right. Because her mom knows the reason why her daughter is deceased, because she was around this man. She said, I'm worried about her safety. She is with her boyfriend who is no good. And that mom is 100% right. In my humble opinion, I think she is right for why her daughter is gone. Even though the boyfriend's not the one who basically unalived her directly, but his affiliations is what led to her demise. In my opinion, again, this is all speculation. I don't know what really happened, but I'm speculating. Okay. So the desperate mother had written on a Facebook post. So her mom had posted that on her Facebook. The bizarre disappearance of Soto elicited an overwhelming response from social media users, with a Facebook group being formed to search for the teenager. More than 17,000 users joined the Find Savannah Soto discussion group as social media users fervently searched for clues that could possibly lead to Soto's disappearance. The discussion under Savannah Soto has garnered more than 7 million views on TikTok as of Tuesday noon. Like, there's been so many people that really, like myself, was touched by this story, guys. It's such a sad story, and everybody wanted to join together. TikTok, Facebook, you name it. We got all the crime gurus on YouTube and everywhere trying to find this beautiful girl. Social media users have accused Soto's boyfriend of abuse, citing the bruises and marks they observed on Soto in her TikTok videos, y'all. In her TikTok videos. What? I want to see if I can even find her TikTok now. I want to really find that. Oh God, what is this? I want to find her I want to find this young lady's TikTok. I'll see if I can try to find it. Oh God, this is going to keep doing this. Why is it doing this? Sorry, guys. I have to do it later because it's acting weird. Anyways, in her TikTok video, y'all, they saw bruises on her. I am like absolutely blown away. So that's what they thought. Okay. Oh, this is crazy. I'm just like, this is blowing me away. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm kind of quiet because I'm shocked. Anyway, so they saw the bruises on the girl in her TikTok video. I didn't seen it all. Because everybody, when somebody passes away, they want to go on your TikTok. They want to go everywhere to do their investigation work. So this is a picture of her. And you see here, the sad part is the family was already mourning the death of, mourning the death of her brother. Is this even showing? I don't even know if it is. Hold on. Okay, no, it's not. Mourning the death of her 15-year-old brother. So she is actually seen here posting a photo of her brother on her this little shirt here. I don't know what happened here. Let me see if I can get this to go back. Sorry, guys, about that. Hold on. Am I back on? Let me see. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Your browser has blocked the screen. Your address. Okay, sorry, guys. This thing got all messed up, so I apologize for that weird thing that just happened right now. Going back to this. So, as sad as it is, she posts this picture here of her at the baby shower, and here if you could see it right here, sorry, but there's actually a t-shirt here. Why is this doing this? This thing's like acting weird. Hold on, let me get back. It posted this t-shirt here of her brother. Let me try to find this again because it's acting weird. Sorry, it's raining over here, so I'm having a lot of issues with social media. Let me know if you guys can see everything because it's acting weird right now and I cannot. I'm having connection issues here. Okay. So we're trying to get back here, guys. Sorry. Thank you for your patience. Having some connection issues here. Okay. What is this? We might have to do a part 2 because there's some connection. Okay, here it is. So right here, guys, put a 1 in the chat if you can actually hear me because I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. So right now, you can see here at the bottom here on the right screen here, there is a photo. There's like a photo of her brother right there in angel wings and the t-shirt. And so thank you, Unguarded Hour, because I couldn't see if you could see. Oh gosh, what is this doing? My computer's having issues right now. Oh Lord. Let me exit out of that because sorry guys, this thing is having some serious connection. It's like thunder and lightning and storm over here, guys, where I live at. So I'm having like a lot of connection problems. Okay, let's see if this will work again. So basically, when she was actually at her baby shower, she had a photo of her brother on a t-shirt, the brother who had been tragically unalived just last year. So that's what makes it so sad is she was, keeping her brother's, memory alive at her baby shower where she's going to be giving birth and giving life. Wait, what's going on here, guys? Sorry, I'm at the wrong screen. She's going to be giving birth to a new boy and basically acknowledging and paying homage to her brother who was tragically unalived. So it's so ironic. That's a good theory too, Tiffany. She said, is it a love triangle? I don't think so, though. I really don't think it's a love triangle, in my opinion. I think it has to do with that man's lifestyle, but y'all might be onto something. I don't know. None of us know what really happened. So never showed up to the hospital where she was scheduled to be induced. But look how ironic it is. Her brother here, Ethan's World, that's his name, the brother here on the t-shirt. She had him there on a chair. So at the baby shower, she put this empty chair there with a t-shirt with his photo there as an angel. And she was supposed to give birth to another boy because her son was a boy here. She was giving birth to a boy. So it's so ironic. And now she's deceased. And here you can see a photo here of Soto's mother, Gloria Cordova. She said she heard from her Soto on December 22nd when she was last seen in her apartment complex in Leon's Valley, Texas. So you can see this mom, guys. I feel so sad for her mom because her mom already was grieving the loss and the brutal murder of her 15-year-old son. Now imagine, guys, now she has to grieve the murder of her 18-year-old daughter and her unborn grandson. That's a lot on one person. Oh my gosh. I cannot imagine what this woman is going through. And you know, it's even more painful for her because she probably repeatedly begged her daughter to leave that man alone. And parents don't like to be right. They don't want to be like, oh, I told her so, I told her. They don't want to have to say that. So it doesn't make her feel good to say, oh, he was up to no good, I told her. That doesn't, because they would rather have their child back. So on better days, here's a picture of Savannah with her mom when she was pregnant. You can see here when she was pregnant, her mom was hugging her and the baby and everything. They were all getting ready for this baby. They even bought, guys, Christmas gifts, tons of Christmas gifts for Savannah, for the baby, for knucklehead Matthew, who didn't deserve anything, y'all. He didn't deserve a dang thing. But anyway, they bought birthday, Christmas gifts for everybody under the tree. And imagine none of them gifts are going to be open now. So sad. Please come home. No one's going to judge you. No one's going to say anything. Cordova said, I just want you home. And that was before they found out what happened to her, guys. And they said that because she was still living on, still not living with her mom, but she's kind of still young. And you know what I mean? The Leon Family Police Department issued a clear alert on Monday for Soto, described as a white female. Like I said, I don't think that was accurate. The heartbroken mom said she last heard her daughter on Friday afternoon, but failed to reach her on Saturday when she decided to check on Soto at her apartment outside San Antonio. I went by there, knocked and knocked and knocked, and she wasn't answering, Cordova said. We got to the hospital. And they said she wasn't there because the thing is, everybody was already looking for her because they were all planning to go to the hospital the next day to be there with her when she gave birth to her son. Cordova says Soto was ready to become a mom. She had the nursery done, planned on giving birth with her mother. They said, we don't even know what happened. They said it could be anything, Cordova said, adding that her daughter would never disappear like this. Cordova also taken to social media to ask for help, posting a photo of pregnant Soto. She said, I'm worried about her safety. She is with her boyfriend, who is no good. And here is a photo of Miss Savannah here on better days. Here, and this is the thing is, look, this is when she was pregnant. She had the ultrasound. See, there's a little baby there. I'm gotta get close up. She was so happy to be a mom, guys. She was so excited. There's the ultrasound, and they have like the photos of the baby there. And everything, guys. Yes, Unguarded Hour. This is terrible. They have cribs, like you said, all kinds of baby stuff. Oh my God. Like, this is just terrible. Now they got to bury 3 bodies. Oh, and they just buried one. Dang. The other one hasn't even been under the ground that long. And now they got to just, dang, this is out. I cannot. So I'm saying you got to be careful who you affiliate with. Cordova says Soto was ready to become a mom. And like I said, she was such a beautiful girl too. Had her little picture there. She was so excited. And here's another picture here of an ultrasound. They said the 18-year-old posted ultrasound photos of her baby before she vanished. So here's a picture. Can you guys see that? Yeah, here's a picture of the ultrasound, the little baby right there. This was posted in July. She posted this too in December when the baby got bigger, and caption alongside the photo. So this is when the baby was like full blown. Look how big the baby was, ready to go. Dang, I'm so sad. The little baby had a little personality by then. He was, already imagining life outside the womb, ready to go. Dang, this is sad. The more I think about it, that baby looked full blown, grown baby. Look at everything, had everything. This just was just posted. 18 weeks and 5 days. That's what she was. 18 weeks and 5 days. This is the ultrasound. She was so excited about this. This was the crime alert that was posted when she was initially missing. They had this posted everywhere. The car that she was in was a 2013 Kia, the Optima gray, and that was a license plate. It was Texas. She was missing. They had temporary tags. 18 years old, guys. She was a little short thing too, 5'1", only 115. Well, I don't think she was 150 pounds. I think that was inaccurate. That was before she got pregnant, basically. Now, this right here, guys, let's get into this. Her boyfriend, Matthew Guerrera, is also missing. That's when he was missing. And some have accused him of being involved. Guerrera's mother denied the accusation against her son. And this was a post on Facebook from his mom. And we're going to get into that a little later because it's actually, let's get into that a little later because it's actually going to come up a little later. Let's watch this video of when she was initially missing here. But yeah, we're going to get into that Facebook post a little later because it's actually down the line and I don't want to have to keep repeating this same story over. So sorry, guys.
First at 10, the search for a pregnant San Antonio teen. Leon Valley police are searching for 18-year-old Savannah Nicole Soto. Her mother says she was a week past her due date and set to be induced last night, but never showed up to the hospital.
Mommy, please come home. No one's going to judge you. No one's going to say nothing to you. I just want you to be home.
KENS 5 reporter Megan Reina with more on this mother's.
Dang, that's sad, man. Did you guys see her mom? Dang, that is so sad. Her mom was, oh Lord. I feel just so sad seeing how in pain that mom was when she spoke. Because I'm just thinking of, not only is she crying about her daughter missing, but her son just got murdered. And now her grandbaby and her daughter. Wow. Guys, this is so sad. God. And like people are saying, like Christmas was happening, New Year's is about to happen. This is just the worst time of all for this to happen. Ooh. And why would they do this? These people need to get the death penalty. I'm sorry, whoever did. You know what? This is such a big case. Y'all don't worry. In a matter of a few days, y'all, I'm telling you, mark my words, in a matter of a few days, they're going to find out who did this. They will. I promise you that.
Plea for her daughter and her unborn baby to come home.
Vanna was just so happy because she was going to be a mommy. It breaks my heart.
Gloria Cordova says her daughter Savannah Nicole Soto was ready to be a mom. She last spoke with her Friday afternoon. She was set to be induced 6:30 Saturday night, but by Saturday afternoon, Cordova couldn't get a hold of her daughter.
I went by there and knocked, and she wasn't answering.
She wasn't at her apartment. Her phone appeared dead.
When we got to the hospital, they said that she wasn't there.
She filed a police report with Leon Valley Police. She says something seemed off and they couldn't get a hold of her boyfriend either.
We don't even know what happened. I mean, it could be anything.
This comes at a time while Cordova is still grieving the loss of another child.
It's hard. It's just like one after another.
Last year, her 15-year-old son was killed. Now, on Christmas Eve, she has no idea where her 18-year-old daughter is.
It still hurts.
That is so sad. Can you see this? This is at Savannah's baby shower. And look at that. Look at them holding. They're trying to keep the younger brother alive here by holding up a shirt with his picture in memory of him with an angel wings. His name was Ethan. And so they were here, you know, at this baby shower celebrating her, but also keeping his memory alive. Dang. And then can you believe in a matter of days or so, now she's gone. That is just so sad. Oh, wait, you guys can't even see that. Sorry. There it is right there. You see that in the bottom here, they're the mom here in the photo with Savannah, and they're holding up this T-shirt. at the very bottom with Ethan here, the brother, and Wings. So that's just so sad, man. She's trying to get past what happened to her baby son, and now, dang, God, guys, this is so sad. This poor mom, y'all. We need to be praying for this mom. We need to be praying for this mother here.
Because like I said, I can tell my kids I'm not complete. I'm not complete and not with my daughter. I don't have my daughter.
She's urging anyone with any information to come forward.
It was raining hard last night, and the first thing that came to my mind, I couldn't sleep, was, where is she at? Is she thrown somewhere? Is the baby still in her stomach? Is she at the hospital? And I know wherever she's at, she's thinking of where my mom is.
And here's another look at Savannah Soto. If you know anything about her whereabouts, call the Leon Valley Police. We have that contact information on our website, kins5.com.
And that interview, guys, was conducted before they found the body. So that was before she found out what happened, guys. So, man, that is very, very sad. She hasn't even got past, y'all. And here's what's making it also suspicious too. Okay, so they have they were found in a gray 2013 Kia Optima with temporary Texas plates. Temporary. I suspect, y'all, this was that sketchy boy's Matthew Guerrera's car. He probably got that bought that with his drug money, y'all, and that's probably why he didn't have all the plates on there yet. Some of these boys, they be around, they be into some sketchy stuff. I'm just saying, y'all. Okay. The bizarre disappearance of Soto has elicited an overwhelming response from social media users, with a Facebook group being formed. And I already talked about this. They keep repeating this stuff over, guys. I am so sorry. They repeat a lot in these articles, so don't get mad at me. I'm just reading it. So here's that missing photo of the whole thing we went over before. And this is what I wanted to get to, y'all. This is where I really wanted to get to. Let's break this down. Now, this is a post that was found on Matthew Guerrera's mother's Facebook. This is Matthew Guerrera's mother's Facebook post. Her name is Karen Hernandez, and she is trying to come into the defense of her son. Now, I want us to break down this post, y'all. Hi, Myra. Hi, my love. Hi, beautiful. Okay, but let's break this down. Let's break down this post because, guys, this is really going to give us context to what I think happened in this case, because the mom knows her son is into some messy stuff. Let's read this. She says, if anyone knows my son, Matthew Guerrera, he and his pregnant girlfriend are missing. I know my son, and he wouldn't do anything to hurt her. She is due to have baby. Her things were left behind that she packed for hospital, including her purse. Now, this is the red flag here. Okay, first thing is she knows her son. So she's saying my son didn't do it. So that's the first theory we got here. Okay. Second thing that was suspicious here, red flag, is she left behind her packed hospital bag. You know that every woman, when they have birth, we're about to give birth, they always pack a hospital bag. It has all kinds of necessities in that bag. Well, that bag was left in her apartment, including her purse. And neighbors, guys, this she said, the neighbors said they heard Savannah screaming for help. And the next morning they saw them get into a Cadillac. So, guys, I think the mom is onto what happened here. Karen. I think Karen really is onto what happened, guys. Hi, Ellen. I think Karen is on, guys. I think Karen's one of the ones that is the most accurate. Now I'm really looking at what she said. If it's true that the neighbors said they heard Savannah screaming for help the next morning, y'all, and they said they saw them get into a Cadillac, that's what happened, allegedly. Allegedly. What I'm thinking happened now that we got Karen on the platform here testifying is they were kidnapped. They were abducted in that house. This sounds like a straight execution. And I see this happen so many times in these drug cases. Somebody abducted them at that house, y'all, the night before they were supposed to go deliver the baby. The night before they were supposed to, that's why Savannah had packed her hospital bag for the hospital. They were getting ready to get planning to go. And at that night, somebody got into that house somehow. I don't know if maybe, he had texted someone and they were supposed to come by the house to purchase drugs at the house, maybe. And when they arrived at the house, they probably pulled him at gunpoint and forced him and the woman and Savannah into the car, because at this point she was a witness. Because witnesses are saying they heard her screaming at that apartment, and they saw her get into that Cadillac. So, and another red flag, what makes me believe this is what happened, is the fact that the candle was still burning and her bag was still there. So it wouldn't make sense. The other theory wouldn't make sense that they had gotten to the car to go head somewhere else in the morning. That doesn't make sense, because why would they have left a candle burning, and why would they have left her hospital bag when she was supposed to go to the hospital? So we already know, y'all. We already know that what probably happened here is that they were abducted the night before she was supposed to go to the hospital to deliver, because she didn't have any opportunity to blow out the candle. And it doesn't sound like a forced entry, in my opinion, because the father of Matthew had to kick down that door to get into the house the next day, or I don't know what day it was when they went over to check the house, but they kicked down the door to get inside. I think what happened was, maybe allegedly, this is all allegedly and speculations, it's not any facts to this, but anyway, I think what happened was Mr. Guerrero, with his knucklehead self, because he does all these drug transactions, probably, talk to somebody online or whatever on his phone, because the evidence is in that phone. That's why that phone is missing. There's no reason for them to take that phone unless there's something in that phone that's incriminating to those people that are involved. I think it was supposed to be a drug transaction, because that man got all kind of drugs at that house, allegedly. Okay. So they probably it's not a forced entry situation where somebody broke in a house, ambushed them. I think they were up that night. Savannah's getting ready to go. They got the candles going, guys. They're trying to, get that nice, calm arena in the house. She's about to get ready to have her birth the next day. She had her bag ready, guys. So she had already packed her bag that night. Bag was ready to go. It sounds like this woman and her boyfriend were abducted from that house. That's what it sounds like. Because she even left her purse, guys, based on this post from Karen. I want to really break this down. That's why we're going to sit and talk about each sentence, because I think Karen is on to something. My son's phone says the caller is unavailable. So that part right here tells me that whoever took that phone is involved, and they turned the phone off. They disconnected the phone. That's why the caller is unavailable. That right there eliminates Matthew as the one that directly unalived Savannah. Okay? Because why would his phone just be unavailable? No. Somebody took that phone. And they said their car is not at their apartment. So whoever was involved, whoever was involved knew every movement, knew everything about Matthew Guerrero. They knew him because they knew his car. They knew where he lived at. They had been targeting this man. And poor Savannah, she was just collateral. Wrong place, wrong time, as sad as it is. Wrong person to be around. Karen said, as a mother, I know my son and his girlfriend were taken against their will because my son does what he does for money. He is not an abusive boyfriend. Now, she lied on this part right here. When she said he is not an abusive boyfriend, that was a straight lie, allegedly, because there are people who are testifying that are saying that he was abusive, and he actually has a criminal charge, allegedly, last year for battering this girl. So that part she lied about. But this part here, when she says, my son, she said they took him against their will because my son does what he does for money, guys. Well, allegedly, what he does for money is he sells drugs. And you guys already know there's always some type of murders going on, robberies surrounding drug sales. And that's exactly what happened to Savannah's 15-year-old brother. allegedly, was he was heavily involved in drug sales, and that's what happened to him. So the mom didn't straight up say her son was into drug sales, but people on the streets have seen photos, and other YouTubers have posted that, but I don't want to get into that, y'all, because I'm trying not to have all that stuff on here. But if y'all don't believe me, just go look at the other YouTubers basically who have the photos and everything. I'm not going to post the photos, but there was photos of different drugs such as codeine and all kinds of other drugs. Okay, y'all. So let's read that again. She says, as a mother, I know my son and his girlfriend were taken against their will because my son does what he does for money. In my opinion, guys, I think that's exactly what happened in this case. Mom nailed it on the dot, in my opinion. It has everything to do with what this man's lifestyle is about and why this all happened. That's why we cannot be out here, y'all, just loosely affiliating with anybody in any situation. You can't, because it is a matter of life and death. And the mom knew about her son and his drug activities, and she didn't have the audacity to tell him to stop. And especially what makes it even more alarming is she knew that Savannah's brother had been unalived because of drug sales, and she still was just condoning her son doing this. I don't know if she was condoning him. I don't know really what she was saying to him at all, but I'm just like, girl, Savannah's brother was unalived because of drug sales, allegedly. And you didn't do anything to try to warn your son to be like, look, you need to get out of this business, whatever you in, this sketchy stuff you're doing, because you could be next. And you can endanger this young lady and the baby too. Like, I wonder if she even said that to her son. So let's read that again one more time before we move on. She says, as a mother, I know my son and his girlfriend were taken against their will because my son does what he does for money. He is not an abusive boyfriend. It's envy. It's envy. It probably was envy, but I think it had to do everything to do with greed. Greed. They wanted to rob this man. They probably took all them drugs out that house too. Allegedly took all that stuff out. And his money and his guns. They basically robbed him clean. Okay. So she said she thinks it's envy and those who hate on others who don't need anyone. Now, you girl, you over here condoning what your son is doing. She probably would see. This is the sad part about it. We got these parents out here. This is the same thing that happened in the other case, y'all, that we talked about. These parents out here condoning their kids out here doing the sketchy lifestyles that could lead to their deaths or them in prison, y'all. She over here bragging about her kids, son doing this lifestyle, talking about, oh, people just hating on him and he envy. Girl, bye. You should have been telling him to do better. Go to school, get a real job, like a real career, not out here selling drugs, because that always, for some reason, it leads to either jail, guys, or death. One or the other. Drug sales leads to one or the other paths in life, either death or jail. You choose. But there's never a good ending to these drug sales. Never. It's only a matter of time they're going to be caught up in one of the two theories. Anyways, she gonna say, this is the part that irritated me when she said, it's envy and those who hate on others who don't need anyone. Girl, bye. You proud of your son out here selling drugs, allegedly? It's not about hating on him. They weren't hating on him. They were looking to rob this man. It was all about a broke man out here who didn't have any money, saw this man thriving and wanted to take what he had. That's what it was all about. Because people don't want to work these days for a living. They want to just get it the easy way. So he's out here. This is the problem too. When these people are in these drug sales, they like to post it on social media. And this is what he did. He posted everything on social media, which led to him being a target. This is what happens. He's over here posting stacks of money on his social media, y'all. He was posting all the different drugs all on the social media, y'all. Everywhere, just had it plastered on screen. What did you think is going to happen? You don't know who's behind the screen looking at people's social media. When he posted them photos of him with all this stacks of money and all these drugs, he became a target for some broke hoodlum out there, a group of people out here who broke, saw what he had, and they wanted to rob him. Okay, that's what I think happened. That's what I think happened because his social media, you saw him with that whole stack of money out here, and bragging. You know, people. Anytime you do that, you become a target. Anytime you do that, you become a target. And it irritates me with this sentence here when she said, "Those who hate on those who don't need anyone." Girl, bye. You are sitting here acting as though you are proud of your son out here getting involved in drug sales. Parents got to do better. Sorry for my poor grammar. Parents, please do better. Please do better. That has something to do with my son and his girlfriend missing. Please help if anyone knows. Let me and his brothers know. Thank you. But she is right about one thing, y'all. That man's lifestyle is what led to his demise and Savannah's demise. So Savannah was Karen was on to something. I really think Karen's theory is going to turn out to be what really happened in this case, in my opinion. Here is a photo of Matthew here with one of his little siblings, his little brother here, and that is Karen Hernandez, the mother. And this was on her Facebook post. And this was at Savannah's baby shower when they announced it was a baby boy. You can see the sign here in the background, baby boy. Everybody was at this baby shower, both sides, family was there. Oh, man. So here they are, on better days at the baby shower. This is all sad because this picture was so recent, guys. It was only a matter of weeks ago before, not even weeks ago, a few days ago. This is a very recent photo before he was taken out like that because of his lifestyle. Out here flashing on social media. People need to stop doing that. You have to move silently, and you need to get out of this drug stuff anyway, period. First of all, he shouldn't have been in drug deals, period. Point blank. He needed to go to school or get some type of real jobs, first of all. But either way, don't be online flashing stacks of money and all kinds of things. You make yourself a target. That's what he did. He literally he made himself a target. That's what he did on his social media, y'all. He put himself and he made himself a target. And not only did he make himself a target, but he endangered his girlfriend and his unborn child when he did that. People have this necessity, especially this new younger generation. I think it's the Z generation, whatever you call them, Gen Z generation or whatever it is. Gen Z generation loves social media. They love to live out loud. They have to post everything they do. They got to post their new Gucci bag, LV purse, stack of money. And what they don't realize is you have people out here who are broke, busted, disgusted, and they are lazy and they don't want to do anything for themselves. And they are going to look at you as their next meal ticket. Okay. So that's one of the reasons too, is this man was out here just living his life out loud. And that made him a target. And his lifestyle alone, because he's over here advertising the drugs. So anybody out here would pretend as though they want to purchase these drugs from him and end up initiating a robbery. Okay. So anyways, let's keep going. A user who claimed to be a neighbor of Soto and Guerrera last year said they witnessed the boyfriend arguing and beating her almost every day. So this comment right here from this neighbor contradicts Miss Karen's statement that her son was not an abusive boyfriend. Girl, bye. Please, you just lied in this statement allegedly because people are saying otherwise. And that court system that has this man's criminal record say otherwise too. Allegedly. Okay. The person claimed they testified against Guerrera, who is said to be on probation. Wow. Oh, let's back it up. So that means he was not only charged for domestic violence, guys, he was allegedly convicted for domestic violence against Savannah last year. He was convicted because he is currently on probation for the domestic violence. Because this witness here is saying that he or she testified in the trial that led to this man's conviction. Allegedly. So with that being said, the mom sat here and blatantly flat out lied in that post. So you can't trust everything these parents out here saying, because they're going to ride or die for their kids till the end, knowing good and well her son was involved in this criminal activity that led to this innocent girl and the unborn child's death, allegedly. Guerrera's mother denied the accusations against her son. I know my son, and he wouldn't do anything to hurt her. Now, girl, you're lying there, because he had been hurting her last year, which is why he's on probation, allegedly. So don't be sitting here lying, girl. But again, they say here, I know my son and his girlfriend were taken against their will because my son does what he does for money. He is not an abusive boyfriend. The mother said in a Facebook post that has been deleted. Guys, she deleted that post. You know, social media, she deleted this post. And you know why she deleted it? Because she basically incriminated her own son when she said he does what he does for a living. Everybody know. When she said that, she incriminated her son, so she wouldn't delete that whole thing. Okay. But you know how social media people are. They went and found that before she even deleted it and hurried up and screenshot that thing. Be careful what you post online. There's somebody out there who saves it. Anyways, let's get into these other posts here, guys. These videos here, because they really want to, they really go over everything. But the first thing I want to go on first here is persons of interest found in, let's look at this article first, you guys. I'm waiting for it to load, but there is video footage of the culprits involved in this horrific situation. So now they are releasing the video of these thugs, these broke thugs out here who don't want to work. They want to go out here and get everything the easy way because they lazy. Just saying, lazy as all get out. So anyways, cops investigating possible unalive of pregnant teen Savannah and her boyfriend released video of persons of interest. One is seen driving a pickup truck as another drove the Kia victims were found in. So that's that part when somebody drove the car there. That tells me that when they kidnapped him, they made him get into the back seat and they made the pregnant young lady get into the front seat and hold the car seat. I don't know why they had that whole setup. Maybe because he's a man and he can end up fighting the driver if he's in the passenger seat. So that's why they had him get in the back seat, because I believe one of the suspects also was in the back seat, probably even had a gun to his head while they were driving. And they knew that girl was not going to do anything. So they put her in the front seat. That's what I think happened. That's why I think that Mr. Matthew was found in the back seat, because they would not put him in the front seat. He's a man. So what do you think he's going to do? He's going to fight the driver and try to get away. So they had to put him in a vulnerable position to put him in the back seat so that he could be held at gunpoint with whoever was in that car with the driver. And the driver drove off in the Kia with her in the front seat and Mr. Guerrera in the back seat, with probably held at gunpoint. Allegedly, probably even robbed that whole house, clean that house dry, y'all, before the whole unaliving happened. Savannah, so this, let me see, they're gonna repeat all this stuff, y'all, so I don't even want to read all this. Okay, so they released a chilling footage of person of interest in the shooting death of the pregnant teenager and her boyfriend. The couple were found dead inside the car with bullet wounds to their heads on Tuesday, with Soto last seen at her apartment on Saturday when she was supposed to be induced into labor. So what the details is that basically they basically executed these people point blank, took a gun, put it right behind the ear and pulled the trigger for both of them. So this was a straight execution. That's how horrific it is. Horrific the death was. Whoever did this wanted them just straight dead. That is horrible, guys. Horrible. Cops now released eerie footage from an area near to where the slain couple were found, showing one person driving a dark pickup truck and another driving the silver Kia Optima belonging to Guerrera. And remember, I told you my theory was that Optima belonged to him, because I told you he used that drug money that he gets and he bought that car recently, which was why it didn't have the permanent tags yet. This man is so sketchy in everything he does. He's not going to register that full car, get all the stuff done, because he's on the low. He on the low. He didn't get the license and all that stuff done yet. He was delaying and had all those temporary tags, just sketchy as all get out. I knew that was his car, y'all. I told you that. So anyway, there were multiple people involved in this, guys. This was a whole conspiracy. This thing was a planned hit. This was not something that happened randomly. This was very strategic, and it was planned, and it was organized. It was an organized hit, organized robbery, in my humble opinion, because I know they didn't leave empty-handed. I know they did not leave just without nothing. They went in that house, in my opinion, cleaned it dry, got most of that man's drugs, money, his phone, and everything. It was organized. It was planned. It was a whole orchestrated. You got people in pickup trucks and all kinds of stuff going on here. San Antonio Chief William McManus added that investigators do not clearly believe that the tragedy was a murder-suicide, as was initially speculated. So that whole theory is eliminated, so we can no longer assume that this was a murder-suicide. Let's watch this video surveillance. Here you can see this whole thing unfold. So we're going to do that right about now. Hold on, y'all. Let's get into this. I'm going to press play here and put this on. If forgive me for the ads, because you know they're going to have an ad. They always got to do that. Oh, God, I can't stand these ads. Okay, now we on and cracking here. So look, that is the pickup truck with one of the suspects in here. They're all organized, this whole hit, guys. This other suspect is driving the car, okay? And I guarantee you, Savannah's right here, deceased, and I guarantee you in the back car here, Matthew's deceased already. Everybody's deceased by now. They're just dropping off this car in this sketchy apartment complex, getting whatever they need to get the suspects out the car. You know what? He went, look right there. Look right there. Look at that. Look at that. They go in. He goes in and out of the car multiple times. That's the second time he went in the car. He put something in the truck. Then he goes back in the car a second time. Then he carries something in his hand. He has stuff in his hand and he puts it in the car. That tells me, this is what I told you guys, that this is a robbery. He was going in and out of that car because he was retrieving the items that was stolen, probably drugs and money, because he went into that car twice. You could see something in his hands, and he put it inside the truck. 2 different trips were done. So I told you, they robbed this man. They put the drugs into that pickup truck. This was a whole organized hit. Then the heavy-set dude got into his car about to take off. Okay, you see that? Let's do that one more time. One more time. Y'all need to pay attention to this video, because this video is telling you everything about what happened in this case. So look at this whole orchestrated hit. We had everybody planned this out. And this is why I say they planned it out. Hold on, let me pause this. Let me tell you why I planned it out. The pickup driver guy was already posted waiting at that apartment complex. So that tells me they already talked about this before, where they were going to dump the bodies after this execution happened. They already had planned this whole thing out, that they were going to probably allegedly contact this dude through social media, say they were going to buy some drugs, probably meet up at his house. It doesn't sound like it was a forced entry. It sounds like he opened the door for these people, then was ambushed into the car. He was put in the back seat at gunpoint. She was put in the front seat. And whoever was in that car probably had her, at gunpoint too. Both of them at gunpoint. After the execution happened, and while they were there, like I said, because basically he probably even went outside to even give them the drugs. They took all them drugs, money, and everything. It was in the back seat as well. So when that pickup guy, he was supposed to be there posted, because he was going to be the one to pick up the drugs, whatever the money was, and put it all in the car. So watch him as he makes 2 different trips to that car. And he has something in his hand on both trips. Watch that. Let's watch it again. Sorry, guys. I was talking the whole time. Apologies. So this was a whole organized hit, guys. Everything was planned up to the very location where they were going to meet up at the end of the execution. So there were certain individuals involved in this organized hit that was supposed to go meet Guerrera at the house, abduct them, steal whatever drugs and money they were supposed to be stealing. Okay. Then they were going to put it in the back seat with Guerrera at a gunpoint and the girl being vulnerable, pregnant in the passenger front seat. Unalive them, execute them. They communicated that the other driver who was supposed to come, he was supposed to be the guy that was going to retrieve the drugs, retrieve the money, put all that in the car and take off. Because of course, the people that were basically responsible for unaliving the body, stashing it in the crime scene, they were the ones, they can't be around leaving the car seen with drugs and stuff in their hands. So they had to give it to the guy who was supposed to retrieve all the drugs. That's why he had that pickup truck. That's the only reason why he met there, because he was going to get all the drugs, drive off to whatever place they were going to meet up later. And then they were going to stash the car with the bodies. This was an organized hit. Organized. It was an organized robbery. And it's a conspiracy that involves multiple people that targeted this man because of what he was doing. In my humble opinion. In my humble opinion. You know, Bruna, you said you think that she was taken out. You know, I think he was taken out first because he's a man. You might be right. If they really don't like this dude like that, they could have took her out first. They could have, but what I really think is they might have took him out first because he's a dude. And, you know, dudes can fight other dudes. If he can easily grab a gun, he can, you know, start fighting them in the back. So they're going to take out the stronger party first. So I think they probably executed him first, got him out the way. She can't really do much. She's, you know, about to give birth. They didn't really have much, you know, threat with her. They weren't really, the only reason why they took her out is because she's a witness. Okay, right, Alicia. And he was. That's why he had all that cash plastered all over social media. That's why I feel it was organized. They had already planned this whole hit out. They talked about it days before. They had different team members involved. They had different roles. They had the executioners. They had the man who was supposed to come and retrieve all the goods of the robbery, basically the drugs, the money, whatever they got. Because you've seen him have a bag. He had a little bag that he put into that truck, and he went into that truck twice. So he might have made 2 trips in and out of that Optima with whatever items they stole from this man. And Savannah just happened to be at the wrong place, wrong man, wrong time, just wrong everything. So let's see what else they got going on. This is the part where I told you this right here. This is the issue. I'm going to show you this photo that I showed you earlier. Why I tell you, I think that's the theory of what allegedly happened in this case. Right here, doing too much. Doing too dang much. This man posted this on his social media, y'all, with this stack of money. He literally, y'all, put a target on his back and endangered his girlfriend and endangered his child. But see, these young men out here, these young people out here, they don't think about that. All they care about is showing off on social media, y'all. Not realizing the repercussions that it's going to lead to. He literally telling everybody, look at all the money I have. What do you think a broke thug or gang out here is going to do? Okay. He posted this online, y'all, with a stack of money. And as soon as I saw the stack of money, I already knew drugs were involved. Already knew. Hot mess. And she out here, you know, thinking it's cute. She did not deserve what happened to her at all. That's just sad. But look, she thinking it's cute with this man out here. You know, he's buying her all the Gucci, probably buying her nice, expensive things. And she's young, just turned 18, don't know any better. But her mama, I think her mom probably told her, girl, leave that man alone. But she's so young and in love. And, you know, they don't listen to their parents. It's very sad that she did not deserve this at all. And her baby did not either. He didn't even get a chance, y'all. Did not get a chance. Dang, guys. And here's the other detail that y'all need to know. These bodies sat in the car for 3 or 4 days until they were discovered. And the unborn baby did not survive. Of course, he didn't survive. And what's sad about it is, what if he was alive for a little bit in the car? What if she gave birth in that car because she was scheduled to be induced and this whole stress could have caused her to release the baby? What if hypothetically he was alive? Well, he didn't stand a chance to live because the officers were so lackadaisical about this that those bodies were in that car for 3 to 4 days. Of course, he may not have survived. They should have had a more sense of urgency, guys, for this young lady. They may have even saved the baby's life. Who knows? We don't know. I don't know the details because they said this whole crime scene was perplexing and complex and all these things. So I don't know if that was a possibility, but just the officer's lack of urgency could have led to the baby not being saved if maybe there was a chance he survived somehow. Very sad. Very, very sad. Let's see what else they got going on. They said one of the persons of, okay, they said, the surveillance shows 2 people that are currently being sought by law enforcement in connection to the Erie deaths. One of the persons of interest can be seen getting out of a dark pickup truck, which had a bed cover, approaching the driver's side of Guerrera Kia's Optima. A second person quickly follows and leaves the driver's seat of the Kia, who McManus said was definitively not Guerrera. The chief declined to confirm whether Soto and Guerrera were already deceased when the video was taken, but added, clearly it was heinous. Guys, I don't think he were alive by then. By the time they got to that place, I do not suspect they were alive. Because look, you see how calm and there was no sense of urgency at that time? If they were really alive and people are saying that Savannah was screaming, Savannah would have tried to get out the car because the car is idle at that point. You think she's just going to be sitting there chilling in the car? No, she was deceased by then. There's no way, because she would have been screaming. She would have been crying. She probably would have been fighting to get out that car. She would have been trying to break the window, whatever. They were so relaxed at that with no sense of urgency. They were just sitting there talking, relaxed, because there was no urgency at that point because she was already gone. So guys, I don't think they were alive. I don't, because of how calm of the demeanor of the driver was, how he was just talking. He didn't even bother to look back in the car. Because if they were alive, he would have been checking on her. He would have had somebody, no, they were so calm. The whole deed had already been done. They were just finishing up the whole situation, taking whatever stuff they had stolen from this man and dropping off the bodies. Basically, everybody had their own duties or whatever they're supposed to do in this conspiracy. In my opinion. Okay, in my opinion. Because this don't look right. Earlier on Thursday, before the footage was released, an autopsy officially ruled Soto's death as to be a homicide. She died from a gunshot wound to the head, while Guerrera died from a contact gunshot wound to the head, meaning the gun's muzzle was pressed directly against his head when it was fired. Directly against his head. That tells me, guys, there was another person in that back seat. There was more than 2 people involved in this. They might have even dropped off the other guy, which is why I told you, it looked like when they came out, the driver was the only one that came out. It looked like. So there was another person. There's more than just 2 people involved in this case. It's not just 2 suspects. There had to have been somebody in that back seat who had that gun. Because Mr. Guerrera is not going to just chill in the back seat without putting up a fight for his family. He's not going to just be sitting there relaxed. There was somebody else in that back seat. I don't know where the other person, maybe the other person stayed in the back seat during this whole transaction when they were talking, the driver and the other suspect in that truck. But there was another person in that back seat, guys. It's not just 2 people. Okay? You better believe it. This is crazy, this detail right here, because I didn't know this detail. somebody, whoever unalived him, had a gun pressed against his head. And she didn't. So it doesn't look like they pressed the gun against her head because, like I said, they didn't really care about her. She was just a witness. So they didn't press the gun to her head. It was just like she was shot in the head, probably at close range, but not with the gun actually on her head, basically. That's what the autopsy is saying. That is so sad, man. Somebody had it out to take this man. They had the gun directly. Dang, this is sad to read this. The gun's muzzle was pressed directly against his head when it was fired. Oh my God. And this is like a still shot right here. See the guy he waiting here? This was organized. This right here tells me it was an organized hit. Everybody knew what their roles. He had his own role. These people, the murderers in the car, these are the executioners. They have their role. He's the pickup guy. He's supposed to pick up whatever's going on, get the drugs, whatever they need to get out the car, put it there. He takes off. They go ahead and drop off the body. Everybody had a different role. Investigators released chilling surveillance footage of persons of interest being sought in the slaying, with one of the cars in the video belonging to one of the victims, but it was not being driven by them. Oh yeah, of course it wasn't. They were already gone by then. They did another close-up here. Guerrera's Kia Optima was seen in the clip with one of the persons of interest seen moving from the black pickup truck to the victim's car. Now, why did he show up? There would be no need for him to show up if he wasn't there to pick up something inside that car. There would be no need for him to be there. They already talked about this, y'all. They talked about it before. They said they were going to drop the body off. They planned to kill these two already. And they said, hey, you're gonna be posted at this apartment complex, at this location, at this time, and we will meet you there. You need to pick up whatever drugs, money we have in the car, because we can't be seen with these items when we leave and we ditch this car. Because the cops will be honest if they see us walking around with drugs and money on our hands. So you got to come pick up the drugs and the money. You take off, we'll drop off the body, and we'll hit the road. The cops are not going to be looking for us, if we don't have stuff in our hands. Look at this, all organized. These people are going to be done when they're found, because you can tell how organized this whole thing was. It was all planned out. It was intentional. The actions that they're doing shows an intentional intent to kill and rob, and it looks like a conspiracy. That's what it all looks like to me. So when these people are found, they're done. Done deal. They're going to get charged with the highest crimes. The highest, probably first degree murder for sure, for both. All three, capital murder. With the conspiracies and all the other stuff that's going to go on with it. Because they're saying it's felony murder. So definitely the whole felony murder would be the kidnapping and the burglary. They stole stuff from this man too. Because he's, why would he be there? You have to ask yourself, why would this pickup truck be here? There'd be no reason. They talked about this and they planned out whose role was going to do what in this case. Investigators said they do not believe the couple's death was a murder-suicide and are requesting the public reach out any information regarding the people in the surveillance. And this is another still shot here. Like I said, he was supposed to pick up something. Now let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. They said Texas police confirms an identification of body of Savannah and Soto's boyfriend. So let's take a look at this video here.
Prepare for the new year by shopping the Living Spaces New Year's clearance event, where you'll save big and get free shipping on in-stock collections for every room. Lounge in style with sofas starting at $350, entertain with dining sets starting at $250, and
on the 26th at about 4 o'clock, SAPD was called to assist Leon Valley PD at 5903 Danny K. Leon Valley was requesting assistance. Families of both victims were at the location and reported to Leon Valley PD that earlier in the day, they received information that the missing gray Kia Optima was at the Danny K address. When police arrived, they discovered 2 people in the Kia. EMS was called to the scene and they pronounced both victims at the scene. It appeared that the vehicle had been located at that location for several days. The medical examiner had identified 22-year-old Matthew as one of the deceased victims in the vehicle, and he died from a gunshot wound to the head. The manner of that death is still pending. The second deceased victim has not yet been officially identified by the medical examiner. However, I think we can be confident that that second victim was Savannah. This case is being investigated as a capital murder case.
And sorry guys about the constant blackouts. That's just how the video is. So the video kind of has a different, I guess, shots of this news conference, kind of taking bits and pieces of it and kind of putting it together into this video. But the sad part, as you heard him detail, is that it was the family that found the bodies. It wasn't law enforcement. That's kind of what he detailed here. But let's keep going.
We have a video here that we're going to share with you. We have already put it out on social media. You may have already seen it, but we're going to run this video here today. We are hoping that someone is able to identify the individuals. Detectives are hopeful that surveillance video will lead to the events leading up to their death.
There's a pastor here. Pastors, if you need prayer, you need to be able to understand or just get.
So this is what you're seeing here is the memorial that they had for Savannah. And they released the beautiful doves and everything to remember her and the kids and Matthew. But it's mainly for Savannah. You can see the pink hearts.
We all appreciate everything and anything that y'all are doing for us. We just got to keep her in our hearts and remember her the way she was.
That's from Eagles Fight. And just thank you for
answers and some kind of closure. My friend here with the Green Heart is giving me information. I just want to say everybody else that's been following this through social media, and to the family, to the friends, to the loved ones that are going through this. I just wanna see
That is so sad, releasing the balloons and the doves. This is just heartbreaking, you guys. I feel so sad for the mom. Wow. I'm going to take the music out because it's copyright, but okay, let's see what they got to say here. This is the crime scene right here. One of the law enforcement.
It will basically be top of the hour, so 58 now, so no, about 2.5 minutes. That's okay. Yes, it is.
As you know, yesterday there was an air accident at Wadston Estate.
I'm sorry, guys. I had nothing to do at all with this whole situation. Sorry. Oh, man. Let's see if there's any more information found in this article, because, you know, sometimes Daily Mail likes to repeat stuff over and over again. So let's see if there's anything else new in here. So they said that Kia was found in a car park on Danny K Drive in San Antonio after a witness messaged Soto's sister-in-law, Joanne Wazel. So the sister-in-law was contacted first. Okay, because when they're saying sister-in-law, guys, they're making me think that she was married to Matthew, because on her Facebook, it shows that she's actually married. So, yeah, I think she was married to this guy. Because on her Facebook, she posts her status as married, guys. This is crazy. Crazy that she was married to this man. Oh my gosh. Because I looked at her status and I saw married. And then they're calling Joanne the sister-in-law. And we'll see, hopefully, because my there's a lot of issues going on. We might have to have a part 2 because there's a lot of issues going on with my connection. So I may not be able to finish up this live right now because it's not really connecting to everything. But let's keep going. So this is crazy too, guys. Look at this. So Weisel saw Soto. Okay, guys. So the sister-in-law actually came there. After she got this text message from this person, the sister-in-law came to the location, guys. And she saw Soto there in the passenger side. She witnessed the whole thing. That is so sad. Not witnessed the incident, guys. Sorry, she didn't witness it, but she saw. Dang, guys, she saw her there. It says right here, Weisel saw Soto in the front passenger seat and Guerrera in the back. She glanced at Soto's face and didn't want to see any more. Wow. Guys, I'm in utter shock right now. So if I'm kind of slow in responding, you know why. Dang. Imagine the sister-in-law coming there and seeing her and looking at her face and didn't even want to look anymore. My gosh, that is so sad. I don't want to wish that on anyone that she had to see that. This is so messed up. I'm just shocked, y'all. Whew, sorry. Let's get back to the article. I can't believe she was there. Anyway, that's crazy. Anyway, Soto took out a restraining order against Guerrera a year ago after he beat her on Christmas Day 2022 and was charged with an assault. Dang, guys, can you believe it's just last year he beat her on Christmas and now this year near Christmas they're both unalived? It seems like there's a lot of tragedies in this family surrounding Christmas time with this family. That's crazy. Now, in the restraining order that she had against him, they said you are prohibited from intentionally, knowingly, or recklessly communicating with Savannah Soto, whether by telephone, in writing, or in person in a harmful or injurious manner. The documents did not provide details on the 2022 assault. Now, that's why even his own parent, his father, I guess, contacted the authorities to try to have him arrested again because he had violated the restraining order because he was still being in communication with Savannah. That's what on one of the interviews they said. So here again, this is the crime scene. We've seen this already. Mariana Delgado, who claims to be the deceased teenager's sister-in-law, posted on Facebook that Soto's body had been found early this evening and she was in bad condition. My gosh. Wow, guys, this is just horrendous. Oh my God, man, I just cannot wish this on. This is just, and on the holidays too, of all time. It seems like they always have tragedies in this family around holidays. Like I said, we're going to take a look at this young lady, Mariana's Facebook a little later. But here is a picture here of the victim, one of the victims that was the whole reason why this whole thing happened, Mr. Knucklehead Matthew Guerrera. This man right here is a knucklehead. Right, Bruna? Definitely, she, but she was 18 years old. She really didn't know better, you guys, as sad as it is. Okay, Unguarded says, yeah, and he beat her on December 25th, 2022, got her pregnant in April 2023, shows that they both violated that order. And had she abided by that order, she may be alive. Right, guys. You are so right about that, Unguarded Hour. You are so right about that. If she would have abided by that no contact order, she would have been alive today. She would have been alive today because he would have been the one that was executed. But they wanted to do this execution at night, so because there wouldn't be too many witnesses. People were sleeping, stuff like that. That's why they
They didn't think anybody would be awake at this time. They got him early morning hours. This was early morning hours when this happened. Now, they didn't realize that there was people listening to that girl screaming, getting in that car, okay? But anywho, like Unguarded said, if she wasn't around with this man, she would have been alive. But the problem is they wanted to get this guy at night when there were not many witnesses. So her being around this guy, violating the order, made her automatically involved in this whole situation. But like Unguarded Hour said, if she would have just listened to that order, she would have been alive today. That is so sad, y'all. Dang, Unguarded Hour, just how you put that, it just really makes you think about the whole thing, that this woman could have been alive and probably wouldn't even been pregnant by this knucklehead either. So this is a picture here, guys, we have here the 22-year-old Guerrero, who was one of the victims who was executed in the head. This is a picture of his jail booking photo from 2022 when he had brutally beat this girl on Christmas Day, allegedly. He was convicted for that and was currently on probation for that, allegedly. And you can see he has a little bit of a smirk on his face. If you look closely at this mugshot, this man has a smirk. He's smirking. You got to look close, but he's smirking at the camera as if he could care less of what he did to that girl. This boy is abusive. He's abusive to his girlfriend. He has no home training. His mom is condoning his criminal conduct. Look at his lips. You know he smokes marijuana with them dark lips, y'all. I'm just saying. He just a hot mess. And mom out here condoning this stuff. And we already read this before. This was mom's post on Facebook that she deleted. So we went over that and the photo she posted of his recent situation. Now, Guerrero, guys, he violated his parole. He was on parole for this domestic violence. Look at that. Guerrero violated his parole for the domestic violence charge and was back in court in June, charged with 3 new felonies: evading arrest, unlawfully having a firearm, and reckless driving. Look at this, guys. This guy had a whole criminal record from he was on parole. So parole tells me that when he was charged last year for the domestic violence, it was felony charges. Felony charges tell me that this girl sustained severe physical injuries, gross injuries from the abuse she got last year. It wasn't just a minor little spat where it was a misdemeanor. He has felony charges. Parole, yeah, he was on a felony parole. That's serious. This guy brutally beat this girl, allegedly. And then he went and had the nerve to pick up I underestimated this guy. He picked up 3 new felonies, y'all. And it's evading arrest as a felony. That shows he was very severe. He might have even had an officer at gunpoint or violent with the officers, and the officer probably was severely injured because to charge an evading arrest as a felony shows he really, really grossly evaded the officers. It wasn't a minor little spat that happened in that situation. Unlawfully having a firearm. So he might have even pointed the gun at the cops. And then reckless driving. When he was evading, he probably was driving really fast, gross, negligent speeds that could endanger surrounding vehicles. So this man was about to have 4 different felonies on his record. A hot mess, right? The defendant demonstrates being in the pre-contemplation stage and wants to continue to engage in criminal activity, the legal paperwork noted. That's why her mom didn't want Savannah around him. And he's the reason why she's dead now, as sad as it is, allegedly. He also failed to seek lawful employment. Look at that key word there, lawful. Oh, he was employed all right, y'all. He was very much employed. He was employed, but he was not lawfully employed. He failed to seek lawful employment or attend battery counseling classes. He wasn't even attending his battery classes so that he can get counseled on how to better treat Savannah. Just a hot mess. It's so sad. Ugh. dang, this young 18-year-old girl thinking it's love. And man, this is sad. And can you believe it? After he sustains this felony charge, she ends up getting pregnant right after. That's crazy. That is crazy. After the teen girl's disappearance, a neighbor of Soto and Guerrera claimed they witnessed the boyfriend arguing with and beating her almost every day. Can you see that, guys? And the mom of Guerrera had the nerve to say he was not an abusive boyfriend. Girl, bye. You lied. You lied. She just as bad. That's why Savannah's parents don't want nothing to do with that woman. They are not in good talking terms. And the mom had the nerve to try to put up a GoFundMe. Miss Karen did. And the family is not okay with that. They are not. They are posting in there's like a Savannah group discussion group. And they posted recently that they said, do not give to Karen's GoFundMe at all. So they're not on good speaking terms. The two families are not. Okay. Okay, look at this, guys. This is crazy. Look, the witness, and this guy who said he witnessed, or guy or girl who said he witnessed the beating every day. Look at what he testified to. He said, I witnessed him beating her and kicked her downstairs while she was unconscious. Oh my God, guys. He was beating her and kicking her down the stairs while she was unconscious. Oh my gosh. Allegedly. The unnamed person said, adding that he kicked her body and face and she needed stitches. Oh my God. This guy was a demon. Dang. You are right, Myra. They love the life sometimes. That is true, girl. You are right about that. You can't tell these people nothing. You cannot. The mom probably told her, left and right, but like Myra said, they love this life. They think it's cute. A lot of these girls love the bad guys. They love these guys out here who have guns and drugs. They think it's cute. But let's read that again. That's crazy. Did you guys see that? They said this is the witness who testified in the felony trial, which led to this man's conviction. He said, he or she, I don't know if this is a man or a girl, but said, I witnessed him beating her and kicked her downstairs while she was unconscious. That's why this was a felony, guys, because of the gross injuries she sustained, and she was unconscious. The unnamed person said, adding that he kicked her body and face, and she needed stitches. This sentence right here tells me why they charge it as a felony. She had a head injury. She sustained severe injury to the point where she needed stitches. And he kicked her down the stairs while she wasn't even. That's crazy. Despite a documented history of violence, Guerrera's mother claimed her son was not abusive. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. You don't lack any credibility at this point, Karen. And it's funny. Isn't it ironic that her name is Karen? Oh, Lord, that is so ironic because she is acting like a Karen right now. You know what I mean? She said, I know my son and he wouldn't do anything to hurt her. Karen Hernandez posted online in the days when the couple was still missing. Now, she's right about that. He didn't unalive her in this situation, but with his actions, he may have even led to her demise years down the line. Who knows? This poor girl didn't stand a chance either way. It might have been through his hands or whoever he's affiliated with or whoever's watching this man. This girl didn't stand a chance if she stayed with that man, no matter what. In my humble opinion, either was going to be based on this situation here, talking about how he kicked her down the stairs when she was unconscious, how he kicked her face and body. This man has a total disregard for human life. So if he's doing this type of violence to her, how much more do you think if she would have stayed in this relationship, this girl was going to end up unalived either way, either by Matthew or by the people that are targeting him in his lifestyle. So this girl did not stand a chance, guys, as sad as it is. Either way, this girl was probably going to be taken out because you know how these domestic violence cases end up. And look at how severely he beat her before. This is just telling me right now, these people don't change. And the fact that he didn't even attend his battery counseling class shows me he doesn't have an intention to change. And even the prosecution said here that the defendant demonstrates being in the pre-contemplation stage. That means he's continually intending to do these crimes, and he wants to continue to engage in criminal activity. That means Matthew did not have an intention to ever change his behavior. So what more do you think, guys? This girl was going to end up somehow unalived either way, as sad as it is. This is so sad, because she was going to stay with this man, and she was willing to risk her life for it, because like Myra said, I think Myra said that in the chat. Is that Myra? Yeah, Myra said it. Some of these people, these young girls out here, especially as young as she was, they think it's cute. And nobody can tell these girls anything. All they can do is pray, because they're not going to listen to you. Okay. As a mother, I know my son. That's what Karen said. And his girlfriend were taken against their will because my son does what he does for money. That's a key sentence there that we talked about. And there she was on her baby shower. We already seen these pictures before, so we're not going to go into that again. Now, Hernandez did not elaborate on exactly what he did for money, but like I told you guys, there are photos out there if you want to dig deep. I'm not going to get that deep into it, but there are photos of, and you guys probably have been studying this case, so you probably may have even seen those photos of him online with different photos of drugs on his social media. So he was in some type of drug sales. That's what he was involved in. And I'm pretty sure as this case unfolds, that information is going to come out later on. Soto's family insisted she would not have run away. I don't know where she's at or where she could be. Blah, blah, blah. It's all all she was talking about was her, having this kid and being pregnant. Now, guys, here's a still shot photo of what I was trying to tell you guys happened just recently. Victor Nathaniel Rivera. So this guy, Victor Nathaniel Rivera, who's 18 years old, he is on trial for the murder of Ethan Soto, 15 years old. Now, Ethan Soto, who's 15 years old, is Savannah's younger brother who was brutally shot and unalived last year because of drug sales. Allegedly. This drug sale stuff going to get people caught up, I'm just saying. So this Victor Nathaniel Rivera, he was in court for that right here. On Friday, when the Soto family launched an attack, and the footage showed the attack, and I'm going to try to see if we can get that video. But this happened on Friday. The family went after Mr. Victor. So people are thinking this is a retaliation against the Soto family for attacking this man. Now, if this man is in some type of gang and this family attacked Victor, then yeah, they may want to have gone after somebody in the family and may have targeted Savannah because of that. Who knows? That could be a theory. People are saying that. But I really don't think that's what happened, guys. I don't. I think what happened was Mr. Guerrera's whole lifestyle is what led to this girl's demise. That's just my opinion. And we are going to watch this case closely. But anyways, this happened just last week, guys. Savannah, the family and everybody was in the court because the guy who murdered Ethan Soto, who was a younger brother, 15-year-old, was on trial for it. And he looked at Soto's family and gave this little smirk or whatever. And the family went in on this man, attacked him in the courtroom, guys. This just happened. So that was another theory. People were thinking that there was a retaliation because of that. You can see close up. You can see even his orange shirt here and all the family members all over here going after this man. Okay. And like I told you, the brother was Ethan Soto. And this is a picture of Ethan. So the shooter, let's get into details of the younger brother right here. The shooter reportedly lured his victim from his home on May 22nd after Ethan stole THC cartridges from Rivas. So this is the younger brother of Savannah who was murdered. So he allegedly stole marijuana, these cartridges, these THC cartridges from Victor. Victor's a drug dealer, allegedly. And the younger brother, Ethan here, who is a drug dealer, allegedly, who was only 15 years old. This is sad that they letting these kids get in this lifestyle. He went and stole the cartridges from Victor. So Victor retaliated and lured him from his house, basically trying to trick him into going over there, lured him from his home. Now, he didn't even really, I don't think he necessarily even tricked him. He lured him at his home, probably in my speculation at gunpoint, and told him, you know, if you don't want your family killed, you need to come with me. This is what I think. And again, this is speculation, guys. I was not there, so I have no clue what happened. But the lured part tells me that Victor came there to get his stolen cartridges, and he lured Victor from the home and brutally murdered this man. Probably lured him at gunpoint. Late at night too. Sounds like it was probably like a late night situation. So this young man, may he rest in peace. This kid was only 15 years old. This is sad that we got these young kids out here. These kids are growing up too fast, y'all. The last case we talked about, we had a 14-year-old and 15-year-old in Florida out here carrying guns, and one unalived his sister. The other one shot the brother in retaliation. Now we got this 15-year-old boy, Ethan Soto, the younger brother, out here stealing THC cartridges, y'all. And people say he was involved in drug sales. That's what they say. Right, like Unguarded said, killed over some cartridges, though. These people kill over anything. There's a situation where somebody just recently killed this woman over she owed $65 worth of drug money to these people who, like, I guess they gave her drugs and she didn't pay them the $65 or whatever. And they unalived her over that money. I'm like, seriously, I could have paid that for her, even though I'm not condoning any drugs. But if it meant saving that woman's life, shoot, I would have paid the money for her just to save her life. Over that money, seriously? I think it was either 65 or $50 or something like that. I would have just paid the money just to save that woman's life. But yeah, people out here killing for any little thing out here. But that's crazy. That's the victor of little Ethan. May he rest in peace. Poor baby. So Soto's family was recently involved in a courtroom brawl with supporters of the teenager accused of murdering her brother just last year in May. Ethan Soto, 15, was shot dead in what is believed to be a revenge for a drug robbery in May 2022, according to the San Antonio police. So look, guys, it was a drug robbery. So it looks like Ethan was involved in a robbery. This boy was involved in some stuff he had no business doing. Victor Nathaniel Rivas was taking the stand in the court when members of the Soto family launched at him, triggering a huge brawl. Footage showed at least 4 members jumping a partition and throwing punches at Rivas, who allegedly provoked the group by making a gesture at them. So, guys, this case has many, many layers of just trauma, mess. I mean, the family's all different, involved in drugs. I know this mom knew her son was involved in drugs, y'all. These families out here letting these poor boys, instead of keeping them in school, disciplining them to stay focused on the books, letting these kids out here sell drugs to support the family. That is so sad. Sell drugs to support the family. Too young, 15 years old, y'all. Now let's try to see if this other article, I don't know, guys, I don't want to go into this other article because it looks like it's just redundant. I just want to kind of skim it to see if there's anything else in it that might be new materials in it. Okay, we already know that she was found shot dead. So that's redundant. Let me see if they got any other details, because sometimes they might have other stuff in it. We knew the body sat in there 3 to 4 days as she took out a restraining order. That's all the same stuff. We got that post. Okay, I think this might be the same stuff, guys. This is the brawl here. Yeah, a lot of this is the same stuff. So we're going to go now. Let's take a look. I want to take a look at this video from YouTube if we can. Okay, got a little annoying ad, unfortunately. So I'll see if that can play out before I get to it. And then we'll go into some of the Facebook stuff afterwards.
Officers are searching for the shooter that killed a pregnant teen girl and her boyfriend. Savannah Soto and Matthew Guerra were found in a car, both shot to death. Vanessa Croy is at the San Antonio Police Headquarters piecing together the timeline of events in this case.
Let's start with the timeline of what we know. Soto and Guerra were last seen leaving their apartment on Friday. The next day, she was scheduled to be induced to give birth to her baby boy, but she didn't show up to the hospital.
She's a beautiful girl.
And worried family members then filed a missing persons report. On Tuesday, family members got a tip reporting where Guerra's car was parked. And that's where police discovered the bodies of an 18-year-old woman and a 22-year-old man. Both found dead in that car. Police confirm the same car Guerra was driving. Police also confirmed the woman was carrying a child, also found deceased. Family members tell us the bodies are Soto and Guerra.
We're thinking possibly.
Chief William McManus said last night the car appears to have been there for 3 to 4 days. He also added that it appears to be a very perplexing crime scene. What that means exactly, the chief didn't want to say. Today, I asked police why the couple's car was parked at that complex, but they could only tell me they're still trying to figure out if the couple has any connection to that location. Police still don't know if the slaying was in retaliation or if the couple was killed somewhere else.
Now, I don't think there was any connection at all to that apartment complex. They were clearly abducted. Come on now. That we can at least answer, in my opinion. They didn't have any connection to this apartment complex. They were not planning to go to this apartment complex. They were planning to stay at that house and prepare for her to have delivery the next day and go to the hospital. They were abducted from that house, kidnapped and robbed and murdered, in my opinion. So that part, we can at least answer that question. Allegedly.
Else and dumped at that apartment complex. In tears, Soto's grandmother told us family members were doing their own detective work trying to find out what happened.
We all do need answers. And that's never going to change because nothing in this world is ever going to bring them back. I just want answers to who, what, and why. Why this happened to her.
My sources here at police headquarters tell us an autopsy was scheduled for earlier today. And right now, we're waiting for new details from police as this investigation continues that will give the Soto and Guerra family the answers they have been desperately searching for.
15-year-olds have guns. Hold on, guys. Sorry about that. So that is the tragedy that happened there. Let's take a look at the Facebooks. I'm trying to see before we do that. I want to try to get that brawl though. So hold on. That's what I was trying to do. Oh, can I see if I can find it? Hold on, guys. I'm gonna try to look for this brawl real quick. Because there is the video of the whole brawl that happened that people are thinking might have had something to do with the retaliation, because they pretty much did a pretty good lick on that boy Victor in that courtroom. So people are saying maybe that's why she was targeted. I just don't think that's the case. For some reason, my intuition tells me Matthew Guerrero has everything to be responsible for this, but you never know. It depends on who this guy Victor is and who he knows. Because I'm telling you, if he has gang members that, if he's involved in the gang and, the gang members, find out that he was battered in court by the Sotos, then how much more do you think they're going to go after someone in the family? So, yeah, guys, I don't know. That kind of sounds a little disturbing that maybe it might have had everything to do with what happened in the courtroom. Guys, let me know. I want to know what the opinionators and the litigators think. Do you guys think that it might be because of what happened in the courtroom? I'm trying to see if I can find that video real quick, guys. I had it somewhere. And now, girl, y'all, I might have lost it. I'm curious, y'all. Let me know in the chat. Do you guys think, what do you think caused this? Do you think it was the brawl that happened in the courtroom? Because that just happened. Do you think Victor, because Victor's ruthless.
Victor is ruthless. So, shoot, he might have had one of his little gang members come up, you know, go to the house, ambush them for what happened. This is crazy. Dang. I'm curious now. I'm going to really watch this case closely. I'm going to see if I can do this. Soto brawl in courtroom. Let me see if I can find that brawl. Courtroom brawl breaks out between families after man pleads guilty to 16-year-old girls. No, that ain't happening. We know pregnant Savannah. Oh, look at little Savannah. She was so cute. Okay, here it is, guys. Sorry about that. Thank you for your patience, y'all. We just in here living our... Okay, there it is.
I woke up like this.
Forgive the ad.
Look at that.
First at 5, family members of a murdered teenager accused of attacking the man on trial for it right in the middle of a Bexar County courtroom. 4 people, including 2 minors, now charged with assault as well as impeding a court proceeding after this melee in the 144th District Court. Dylan Collier live now with how this attack unfolded. First at 5, family members of a murdered teenager accused of attacking the man on trial for it right in the middle of a Bexar County courtroom. 4 people, including 2 minors, now charged with assault as well as impeding a court proceeding after this melee in the 144th District Court. Dylan Collier live now with how this attack unfolded. Unbelievable, Dylan.
As you saw that, you could see that those family members were punching that man with all dear might. All dear might, because he did a fake, whatever he, whatever facial expression he did, guys, it ticked that whole family off and they went in on him. They went straight in on him. Okay. So that happened. So people were thinking that that has something to do with it. They were thinking that, let's go back into that again. Did you hear that? Somebody in the background, you could hear a female voice saying, beat his BASS up. Beat his BAAS up. She kept saying that. They were punching Victor with all their might. I mean, they beat the crap out of that man. There was multiple people. So it was young people who had supported Soto. So it sounds like, I don't know if Ethan was involved in some type of gang affiliations, and those might be gang members of Ethan's crew that really put a beating on Victor. So, I mean, if you could look at that, you could see them punching him with every fiber in their soul. So it could, guys, that might be a different theory that might have some significance to this, where Victor might have had gang members. And if this is a brutal gang member that Victor's a part of, who knows if those gang members retaliated. Because this beating this seems pretty severe. Now, I really kind of just, eliminated this as a theory, but it might be revenge, a revenge killing, which is why they wanted to take out the grandbaby too. That would be every reason why they would want to unalive Savannah and the baby, to really pull at the heartstrings of this family, because they beat the crap out of this man. Guys, did you see how violent that was? You can hear the women being BA. This man was getting beat all the way to the side where the other inmates were watching the whole situation. It was a hot mess. And these were young men involved, so they were all charged too for this incident. So now we got other people involved. This case has so many layers of criminal charges, different people involved. It's a web at this point of the different people involved in different things. So this could have some type of retaliatory connection to Savannah's death too. So, I mean, my instincts tell me Matthew's lifestyle has something to do with this, but you never know. Because the reason why I think it has to do with Matthew is because why did they take Matthew's phone? They could have took her phone. They didn't take her phone. They didn't care nothing about that girl's phone. There was something in Matthew's phone for why they took it. Because they didn't want that incriminating evidence to get out. So maybe it was some text messages that they sent to Matthew, which would connect the suspects to the murder. That's why I don't think this has anything to do with it. But this beating was pretty brutal. If you saw in that video, guys, it was no joke how they beat the crap out of that man. Now, you know what? Something makes me think, what the heck were the bailiffs doing? It's like they almost allowed this to happen. Because, you know, sometimes these cops, they be sketchy. These bailiffs and stuff, sometimes they let this stuff happen. Maybe Victor was being a hot mess, you know, with them officers. And they was like, we're going to go ahead and let these people get a little licking before we arrest people. You know what I mean? Because it's like, how did they let them get away with that much beating? They let them get away with a full-fledged gang beating in that courtroom. That was crazy. Guys, that courtroom was a mess. Did you see that? The first person that walked out, that was Victor, and the rest of the inmates were leaving. But that courtroom, guys, is a hot mess. You can still hear the family members yelling. Like, this is probably one of the most hostile courtrooms I have ever seen. I'm wondering what is going on with the Soto family. I know that Ethan was, you know, but I'm wondering, y'all, I have not seen a courtroom brawl like this in years. I don't think nothing's like this. Usually when a family member lunges at the suspect, the officers don't even let them get close, but the officers let them really just get all kind of beatings in on this dude. Like, it was a long, you see how long this video is? They just let this guy have it. That's crazy.
Jesus, we're going to have to talk. I tried to talk to you yesterday. We're going to set up another one, okay?
Look, guys, you got one of the women family members being arrested right there. One of the family members, she was involved in the brawl too. She's getting arrested. This is out of control. What kind of courtroom is this, y'all? A hot mess.
Get up! Everybody up!
Wait, sorry guys. I'm sorry, Bruna. How long have I been muted? I've been talking this whole time. I'm so sorry. How long have I been muted? I hope I haven't been muted that long. Anyways, I wanted to get into the social media guys here. This social media is Savannah Soto's social media, because the social medias tell us a story of the parties involved. So we'll take a look at her. The first thing I noticed about Savannah's social media is here. She has 10,000 followers and she's not following anyone. This young lady is a social media influencer. Oh, Lord, dang, that was a while then. Sorry, guys. She's a social media influencer. So she gets a lot of her income from doing like posts and getting our social media. So she has 10,000 followers, guys. So she does a lot of social media. She has a TikTok. She's heavily involved in posting and a lot of influence. And you can see here her occupation here says digital creator. So she does a lot of social media things and she gets a lot of posts and probably even generates revenue that way. Now here, another thing I noticed here is that it says she's married. And people are referring to the other person as the sister-in-law. So I'm wondering if she actually is married to Matthew, right? Like Bruna says, she's a social media influencer. Yeah, because she's definitely got a huge following and she's probably got a huge following on that TikTok too. But anyway, and this is her, well, she also has an Instagram here. We might have to go to her Instagram later, but here's one photo of her that she posted. Somebody has access to her Facebook because somebody posted this just 3 hours ago and we know she's not here with us anymore. So somebody was able to get access to her media and they're still posting on our behalf. But this is a photo that someone posted just a few hours ago of beautiful Savannah. Now I want to go into some of her pictures because some of her pictures are of her baby shower. So let's go to see all photos here. So this is Savannah before she was pregnant. Somebody posted this yesterday. Again, she's not alive. So somebody has access to her social media now. They're basically you know, they're posting things in memory of her and kind of using it as a memory social media. But here you can see some of the people involved here. That's her mom, and that's Savannah before she was pregnant. So you could tell she was a smaller girl. So she was probably about 115 before she was pregnant. I don't know who this person is, so we're just gonna leave her alone. This was the baby shower. And they revealed that it was a boy that they were going to be having. This is their opening the gifts. That's knucklehead Matthew here, a hot mess. I'm telling y'all, be careful who y'all get involved with. So here he is. He's opened up some little Huggy diapers, and they're open. This is the section of the birthday party where they're opening the gifts. And during the interview, one of them was saying that Matthew was so happy about this whole situation that he was opening most of the gifts, basically. This is so sad. Can you believe all these gifts now are just sitting there and not used for anything? Dang, I can't imagine. This is another part where they're opening gifts, and Matthew's here looking at some of the clothes they had for the baby. That's so sad. Look at the little outfit he was supposed to wear. Dang, that is messed up. He never gonna be able. Dang. They opened up another gift. I don't know what this gift was here at the baby shower. And this was 2 days ago that they posted this. So I'm not, and since it was 2 days ago, it definitely wasn't Savannah that posted this. Here's a picture of this knucklehead again, Matthew. We saw this picture, you know, of him holding the baby. Okay, yeah, you're right. See, the mom said it was a girlfriend. I don't know why, I don't know why they call her the sister or sister-in-law. Right, but she's married on her Facebook. Maybe she wasn't married. I don't know why she put married on there. Some people put married on their Facebook just to be cute. Okay, maybe you're right. She didn't get married to him. This is that picture I told you. Now, Savannah trying to be cute and posting this man with this stack of money, and he had a lot of these things posted. Look at him. You can't see this right here, but it looks like he's putting up a gang sign. You cannot see that. I think, and this is all speculation, this guy might be involved in gang activity too. He might be, because he's throwing up gang signs here in this picture. You can't see it. It got cut off, but he was throwing up a gang sign right there. We saw this picture of her, so that was posted. This is another picture of her This is such a sweet looking young girl. Dang it. Girl just, man, getting in love with the wrong man. Dang it. So there she is in that picture. This was one of the ultrasounds that was posted of the little boy here. You could see his little face already. Yeah, you could see his little face. Dang, he was a cute little baby. You could tell. At the baby shower here, you know, they tried to keep Ethan alive. So they set a little chair here in honor of him as if he was there at the baby shower. And they put this shirt here with his picture there, as you know, to preserve that empty seat for Ethan. You know, there. So that was just so sweet, trying to be in honor of him. And now she's gone. Now look at this, him waving up these gang signs right here. Women think this is cute, like Myra said in the chat. They think, these girls think it's cute being with these gangster dudes. And he over here waving this gang sign all around, and she just over here doing a little kissing face, like it's just so cute. This thuggish looking man. We got to do better, y'all. We ladies have got to do better. She said, just be real. It saves everyone's time. Okay, girl. Some food that they had here going on. I don't know what that's all about. It's another picture that was posted recently. I think, okay, that we've seen all these pictures already of Soto. They posted this too here. They said Savannah Soto's video shows person of interest in, okay, that's something else. We don't want to look at that. They got all the video surveillance on here. So they kind of made this her Facebook into like a, I don't know if the family is oh no, who is this? There's somebody knows her. Here, let's play this.
And it's ugly. It's ugly. I honestly feel like they got set up. Because nothing's making sense to me. The way they left him in the back seat. They left him in the back seat, laid out with his pants off. It was gruesome. They just said it was gruesome. He was not in the front seat. He was in the back seat. My cousin's very, very, very tall. Savannah was in the front passenger seat, and she had the car seat on top of her. My cousin was in the back seat, laid out with his pants off. They said that he basically was tortured. They didn't really want to get into details because they haven't moved the body. They're waiting for the medical examiners to get there so that they can start moving the bodies, seeing what was going on and all that stuff. She was a family member, and it's ugly. It's ugly. I honestly feel like they got set up.
Dang, guys, this is sad.
Nothing's making sense.
I didn't have all these details that he was. I did hear that his pants were off, but dang, she's saying that the body looked like he was tortured. Oh my God. Guys, this does sound like straight gang stuff, like Mara is saying. Because the way she is describing it, the way the cousin, this is the cousin of Matthew here that's talking. And she got a little more details. That's why you like to hear from people who are family members. She said that his pants were off, y'all. This is crazy. And he looked like he was tortured. So his body wasn't just executed. Dang, they tortured this man. So it looks like he was the target. That's crazy. Let's listen to this one more time, guys. Let's just, because some of y'all might have missed some of the details she said.
together, laid out with his pants off. It was gruesome. They just said it was gruesome. He was not in the front seat. He was in the back seat. My cousin's very, very, very tall. Savannah was in the front passenger seat, and she had the car seat on top of her. My cousin was in the back seat, laid out with his pants off. They said that he basically was tortured. They didn't really want to get into details because they haven't moved the body. They're waiting for the medical examiners to get there so that they can start moving the bodies, seeing what was going on and all that stuff. She was a family member, and it's ugly. It's ugly. I honestly feel like they got set up. Because nothing's making sense to me. The way they left him in the back seat. They left him in the back seat, laid out with his pants off. It was gruesome. They just said it was gruesome. He was not in the front seat. He was in the back seat. My cousin's very, very, very tall. Savannah was in the front passenger seat, and she had the car seat on top of her. My cousin was in the back seat, laid out with his pants off. They said that he basically was tortured. They didn't really want to get into.
So what it sounds like to me, it sounds like they positioned
Whenever they passed.
Sorry guys, what it sounds like to me is it sounds like the criminals who are involved in this, they positioned the bodies too. So after they unalived and executed these two, they probably, I don't know if they took the guy's pants off before or after. I don't know. If his pants were off, that it might have even been that he was not expecting to go anywhere, like he was kidnapped and didn't even have his pants on in the first place when he was initially kidnapped too. There could be so many theories involved. But the fact that the car seat was laid on top of Savannah, it looks like they placed that car seat on top of her, like in a very evil, malicious way, kind of like to show off the fact that they murdered her kid, like in a symbolic way. You know what I mean? Put the car seat on top of the mother with the baby there. It's like they positioned it that way strategically in a very evil way. You know what, Mar, people aren't so smart, honey. They're not smart, Mar. A lot of criminals are dumb, which means even though they may have planned this whole thing out and everything was a hit, they don't really pay attention to everything like cameras and stuff like that, guys. So I don't even think these criminals even paid attention to the fact that there was surveillance there. Because if they knew the surveillance is there, do you think they really would have chose to meet up at that area? They didn't even pay attention to that, which is why they probably right now are scrambling like, oh, SHIT, man, we didn't know there was a camera there. A lot of these gangsters out here are straight dumb, Mar. You are smart. You're not out here acting a fool, girl, like they are. So you think more as a logical person would think. But you have to, if you put yourself in the mind of these criminals out here, they don't think that far. That's why they always get caught, because they don't think about stuff like this, Mar. My opinion is it was a hit, that it was all planned. You can tell, because why would that pickup driver know exactly where to meet up with the car with Matthew's car? Why would he be there already waiting for them to come? They had to have talked about this. They all had designated roles. He's not a psychic. He wouldn't just show up at this area. No, they all planned this. They all talked about where they were going to meet up. And just like Mark said, yeah, he was posting this stuff online. We talked about that hours ago, girl. We've been on this story for about a few hours. Let's get into the next part of this other video here that she was talking about, the cousin here.
They don't want to give us no details. They did let us know that there was shell casings in the car and that my cousin's injuries were very gruesome. This is a very, very hard pill to swallow. Just seeing the pain in my aunt's eyes. Even seeing the pain of Savannah's family just hurt me so much. And honestly, I just hope that all of us could just come and all come together, because at the end of the day, we both lost family members. And she was a family member. And down because they were both together whenever they passed. We have no details. They don't want to give us no details. They did let us know that there was shell casings in the car.
So the fact that the shell casings are inside the car tells us all that the murders happened inside the vehicle. All that murder, evidence is there. The blood splatter, all of it is in there. Who knows if they might even be able to find DNA of these suspects in that car, guys. So let's take a look at this. This is a video of I think Matthew. Let's see real quick, y'all. Hold on.
Dude, and like nothing's in stock or nothing, so we should come earlier next time.
Dude, which one fits me the best? You can have one if you want. I just want to know which one fits me the best. They're sealed. They're brand new. I just got them.
I think this one fits you.
This one?
Yes.
Okay, you can have this one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But where did you get it from?
Dude, and look at my lip liner. It's gonna look so good with my lip combo.
Oh my god.
Yes.
That is gonna look so
Wait, who
good.
is this
It's gonna be
dude,
like
y'all?
daddy
Is this
makeup.
Matthew?
But where'd you get it from?
You want to go? I just got them. They're brand new too.
Who is this dude?
Sure, thank you.
Yeah. Dude. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, I've smelled that one
Smell it.
before. Let me
Who
Smell it
is
again.
this guy?
Oh
It
my
smells
gosh, it
super
smells
good.
so good.
Oh, is that Ethan?
Where'd you get it from?
No, I don't know. That's
What kind of phone do you have? Because I just got this, and I'm just gonna fit mine.
I have the iPhone 13 Pro.
Okay, you can have it.
I don't know who this
Are you
is.
hungry?
This might be her.
Yeah, we should go.
Yeah.
Might
eat.
be Matthew.
You're hungry, right? Here, you can have it.
Where'd you get it from?
Dude, should I give this to my niece? Her birthday's coming up. I think she'll like this, but I don't know if it's
That might
black
be Matthew,
or
I think.
unblocked.
I think that's
Where'd
Matthew.
you get it from?
I have 14 where the pillows are.
Did you just fucking steal that? Friend, it's so sad we didn't find what we were looking for.
Dude, I know we didn't find anything.
Dude, and like,
So we don't know how it's going to pan out. It's a very, very
nothing's in stock or nothing, so we should come earlier next time.
Dude, which one fits me the best?
You guys don't think that's
You can have
Matthew?
one if you want. I just want to know which one fits
Who
me
is
the best. They're sealed. They're brand new. I just got them.
You do.
I think this one fits you.
This one?
Yes.
Okay, you can have this one.
very perplexing crime scene.
I don't know if that's Matthew, guys, because Matthew, if he's that zesty over here being a thug, I don't know what kind of thug he is. Yeah, that wasn't him, because this guy looks a little bit different. He has gold teeth. Matthew had gold teeth in his mouth. I don't know who that dude was. Sorry, y'all, about that. I was like, what kind of Matthew is this? And this was some posts she did online. This is Savannah. This is Matthew posting her pregnancy. See, look at him flashing all that money, buying all this expensive stuff, flashing the money. Like, she knew what was going on. That's the sad part about it. She knew. But she was so young, y'all. She 18 years old, not really knowing. Oh, that might have been Matthew's brother. You're right. That's definitely wasn't Matthew, though. I don't think Matthew be out here thugging with that kind of zesty voice. I'm just. Here's another video of her. She's so proud of her pregnancy. Just, you know, just so happy to be about to be a mom. And it's so sad to see these videos of her, just so excited. There's another video of her right here on Better Days. It looked like she cussing on here. See, she might have been in some rough. See, this families, they kind of think they might, both of these families might be into some stuff, y'all. Because the brother, he doing drugs and he 15, not doing drugs, but he's stealing drugs at 15 years old. What's really going on? Hi, Dylan. Hi, love. Right, they aren't too bright, Margot. You got to understand. I know you thinking with your intelligence, girl. So you out here saying, I would not be out here at an apartment complex with video surveillance. Girl, we know you smart. Okay. We know you smart, but criminals aren't as smart as you are, honey. That's why you where you are, and these people over here about to end up in jail somewhere because they not smart. They probably didn't even know there was a surveillance over there. That's how dumb they are. And now they probably out here panicking like, oh, you know, they were cussing talking about, man, I didn't know we were going to be on camera, man. It's always that happens. They never, ever pay attention to stuff like that. They don't look at the details and all that stuff. That's why they always get caught. Because they may look at one little thing. They're so focused on Matthew's phone and the other stuff, but they forgot to look at the fact that, oh, here's the pictures. The fact that there's video surveillance in the apartment complex. That's so dumb. They should have chose a different, well, they shouldn't have done it in the first place. Sorry, guys. They should have done it in the first place. But they're just dumb. So look at this is a video surveillance. Sorry, this is an ultrasound of the baby. Look at the little baby right there. She was so proud about to have this baby. Bruna said, yeah, I don't see a thug being for the alphabet happening. Right. They don't even know. They're just not bright in the head. Look at the ultrasound right here. That's so sad. Oh, she posted this on December. Somebody else is posting this stuff of all her videos and stuff. See how proud she was of her baby? Now the sound's not going to be on here because it's all copyright stuff, guys, so we can't put the sound on, but this is little sweet Savannah. You will find she's stable soon, claim it. This is the photo. You know what, guys? I don't even think this is really Savannah's Facebook. I think I don't think this is, I can't love without her. I love her app much. I don't know what I'm going to do. Yeah, guys, I don't think this is really her page. I think this might be somebody else.
Thank you. Yeah. But where did you get it from?
Yeah, guys, I think this is not her page.
Dude, and look at me.
I don't know who this zesty dude is, but we're going to get him off. Because it says Yvonne Soto. Oh, it's Savannah Soto. What is this? It's Savannah Soto thing. Okay, let's take a look at this Instagram, guys. I don't know if that's really her account. Let's just be honest. I think it might be like Unguarded said, it might be a memorial page. Like Mara said, because it looks like they posted a bunch of stuff that was recently. Yeah, this is not her real page here, but they posted another memorial page here. But it's good to have these pages because you can at least see the photos of the family and the cousin. We got to see the cousin's statements. But they posted this memorial here. Look at this, guys. They said, if you guys want to donate, please donate to My Insane on Cash App. It's my mother-in-law, Gloria Cordova, Cash App. Anything helps for Vanna and baby Fabian to be laid to rest. Oh, they had a name for him. Okay, so it looks like the Soto families are posting these memorial pages. Guys, the little boy's name was going to be Fabian. Oh, that was a cute name. His little name was Fabian. What a cute little name. So they have a GoFundMe for laying them to rest. So if you do have money, you don't want to donate. So they posted all these pictures from the baby shower. Oh, this was when she was pregnant. Finally got him on video kicking, wait till end. He does a big kick. This is what she posted of the baby kicking. Oh, you can see the baby kicking. Can you guys see him? The little baby was kicking in the stomach. Oh, there he is. If you put one fin on. Sorry, I can't put that sound on, but the baby was kicking. Dang, that little baby was so active. He was a little active little fella. Gosh, this is so sad. When you see all that into context, it's just like, seriously. Bitch, take her for a trip. Okay, never mind. We're not about to play that. She over here playing a Krishan song. This shit out the mud. Okay, there's more copyright music. I told y'all she was gonna have copyright music on here. So they post a lot of the same stuff on here. I thought they were gonna have something different on here, but it's a lot of the same photos of her. That photo that we seen going around at the baby shower right here of the brother having a memorial spot for him, and this hot mess thug here. Oh my gosh. Stay away from the thugs, y'all. Stay away from the thugs. Now we're gonna go look at the sister-in-law's page. We're gonna look at the sister-in-law's page real quick, y'all. So this is the sister-in-law's page. She was Mariana Delgado. Guys, pray for this girl. Pray for her. Guys, she was the one that went to the crime scene and saw the bodies. This young lady here, as sad as it is, poor young lady had to go and see the bodies. As sad as it is. So pray for her. She's going to be traumatized for life. So she put over here, save Savannah, bring Savannah home. We love you so much, Vanna and baby Fabian. So the baby's name is Fabian. That's some new news that I did not know about. So here, she said, happy birthday to Joanne Sophia. I know it may not be the best, but I effing love you. Okay, never mind. We don't need that part. They had a memorial here for a little, oh man, sorry, this content isn't available right now. Oh man, they got rid of it. Okay, but if you guys can look at the picture right here, you can see that there's a picture, a memorial for Savannah with the angel wings now when she's pregnant, and they got candles all around here in this area for a memorial for Savannah. So that's what they've been doing, a lot of memorials, instead of celebrating Christmas, they're out here memorializing. So here, let's look at some of the posts that the sister-in-law was saying about the incident. She said, oh my God, I'm literally going through all my videos, pictures, and have throughout the years. I have so many of Vanna. I can't help but cry so hard and laugh at the same time. Mama, this isn't fair. Why couldn't they just let you come home? I miss your laugh so much. I miss you. I hate this SHIT so much. And the sad part about it is she had to see her deceased. She had to see her deceased. You know what, Bruna? You might be right. I'm sorry. You don't like to mention stuff like this, but there are spiritual warfare and things that are assigned to certain people. And the way these people were moving in different families and different, like the drugs involved on both sides and stuff, guys. Man, I don't know. It don't feel right with all the patterns of deaths in this family and all the tragedies that's happening with this family related to drug dealing. Anyway, Mariana posted this too. She said, this is so beautiful, like my Vanna. So they did this little memorial. Look how beautiful this memorial is of her pregnant with her little baby. What makes this photo so tragic, guys, as tragic as it is look, she never got to give birth to the baby. So she's an angel still pregnant. Dang, can you believe this, guys? That's the sad part about it. She's a pregnant angel for life because she never got to give birth to her baby. That is heartbreaking. Oh my God, I can't. So let's read what she said. She said A Hood News peep made this for Savannah family. Our condolences and prayers for the family and for justice to be served for her baby, Fabian and Matthew. This is so kind of you. So again, the baby's name was Fabian. We're learning some details, guys, that's not being released to the news. That's the good thing about YouTube, y'all. We be getting into the whole nitty gritty. This has been a long YouTube video, but I'm sorry. I like to delve into stuff. Y'all know how I am. That's just how it is. But look, we got to figure out the baby's name. That was a beautiful name they came up with. Fabian is beautiful. Let's see what this has to go on. It says, for people standing on Culebra asking for money holding signs, that is not us. There's only 2 forms of accepted donations, our Mother's Cash App and GoFundMe. I will post in comments below. Keep sharing, keep sharing. So it looks like people out here trying to make money off of this tragedy. And people are like, what the heck? They said, yeah, people are just sick. So people out here trying to make money off of this tragedy, y'all. We're going to go through these photos one by one, but I wanted to read the post first. She says, our little mama Caliche, we love you so much. We always knew you were meant to be a mommy, forever in our hearts. Rest in peace, Savannah and baby Fabian. So let's take a look at some of these photos of Savannah. That's sad. I just wish the baby got to live though, unguarded hours. Sad. So anyway, there's Savannah with this cute little baby girl. I don't know who she is. Oh God. You know what? This is Matthew, and you look in Matthew's eyes. This man looks so evil. I don't know. Them eyes, man. Something about this dude. He is demonic. I'm sorry. That man looked demonic in the eyes. I don't like this dude. Anyway, there's beautiful Savannah there with the family members and the beautiful kids. Savannah, which is so precious. I wish she would have chose a better man, though. Dang, Savannah girl. There's Savannah here at a memorial for someone else who had passed away. I don't know if it's for Ethan or another family member who passed away. And she just always wanted to be a mom. Oh, this is for Ethan. Sorry. So Savannah here was sitting at the memorial for Ethan, her little 15-year-old brother. Because you can see here, half my heart is in heaven with my angel, Ethan. So they had this little memorial here for Ethan. I don't know what baby she's holding there, but she's holding somebody's baby. Holding a baby, you know, with little at Ethan's memorial here. And this is all the beautiful family members. And there's Savannah right here in the corner by her, hugging her mom. Looks like she was really close to her mom. I'm just like, Mom. This might be Ethan right here, guys, but I don't know if I'm right. That might be little Ethan. Dang, Ethan was only a little kid out here. Why was he still in THC? And why would they? Dang, this is a mess. Look at this is Savannah when she was younger. And that's her brother, Ethan, when he was younger. See, that's Ethan right here. And this is Savannah when they were younger. Savannah right here with the little girl. I don't know who that little girl is. I tell you. So that's sad. The beautiful family here. We got the surveillance, which we already know. This is sad, y'all. Oh my God. She said, happy birthday, Mom. I know right now isn't much of it. Oh no, guys. Savannah's mom just had a birthday through all this crap. So 2 days ago was Savannah's mom's birthday. What kind of birthday? The rest of the years, guys, every year she's going to have to remember the death of her child and her grandchild on her birthday too. That is a mess. Look at this. It says, happy birthday, Mom. I know right now isn't much of a happy day because of everything you are going through, and my heart aches so much for you. Just know you are loved very much, and we all got you. Today we try to make it the best for you. Love you so much. Dang, this is gonna ruin every birthday, because that's Savannah's mom right there on the left with the kind of checker, whatever that pattern type shirt she got on with the happy smile. That's Savannah's mom. So she just had a birthday, y'all, 2 days ago. Just 2 days ago, y'all. This was posted 2 days ago. Oh my God. That was December 27th. After this whole thing happened. So now every year she is going to have to be in pain on her birthday, even though the murders didn't happen on her birthday. It's right near the day of her daughter being murdered on the 22nd or 23rd, one of those days. But that is so sad. Dang, this poor mom. Oh my God. Make me want to cry for these people. So this is the real GoFundMe page that they have here that they did for the family. I'm going to actually go over that. They have raised so far $15,440. So we'll go over that GoFundMe, guys. So I want to look at a little bit of this first before we go into the GoFundMe. We'll take a look at that. This is she said Vanna, because Savannah went by Vanna. That was her nickname, it looks like. So they call her Vanna. Vanna Mama, we miss you so much. Tomorrow, candlelight at Kentwood Park at 5 p.m. Pink and gold. I guess that was the symbol colors they had for her, pink and gold. And that would have been December 28th when they had that vigil. That was just Thursday. And, you know, there's already people out here acting a fool, guys, trying to get money from this tragedy. So, oh, Lord, y'all, this is a mess. They said we only have one GoFundMe account, one Cash App. This is not ours. It's a scam. Please report. So we got out here people trying to make money off of this horrific situation. People going to get their karma. They need to stop messing with people, making money off these people. This is sad. They said, please, before sending, please be careful. Somebody made a similar Cash App to my mother-in-law's. They're using mine insane. My insane. They are switching the N with an M. Please watch out. We are so sorry to the people who are sending. It's sickening how people are doing this. I know it is, and they're taking away. The sad part is they are taking away from the victims when they do this. It's just disgusting that anyone could do something so sick like this. These people are evil. I said, if you guys donate, please donate to my insane. They said we have no posted anything asking for donations. These are scams. Please do not send any money. So you see all these people out here trying to take money. They're posting this Instagram. It looks like this Instagram is a scam, guys. The one we just went over. Sorry, guys. We just went over that Instagram, and they're making all these fake Instagrams now to try to get money. So that's crazy, guys. That thing we looked at was a scam. It wasn't even associated with the family, but it is good to look at it, to look at the pictures, but that wasn't from her, basically. So here's Mariana. This is the sister-in-law. She says, I have no more words to say. Just please me and our family grief. Dang, that's sad. This person says, sending prayers to you and the family. There's probably a lot more comments in here. Love you, girl. I'm so sorry. Oh, God. I know it is too much, y'all. It is. But I want to go and, I like to comb into stuff. Mariana says, I'm so sorry. I can't imagine. Oh, Priscilla said this. I can't imagine what you guys are going through. But you guys are not alone. Like Carlos said, we are here for you if there's anything you can do. Man, there's not really anything you can do but pray, because like these people are really going through it, y'all. They are. Okay, look right here. Look right here. This is what I wanted to get to, y'all. Right here, 3 days ago. So let's like date it back. 3 days ago, that would have been, we almost, okay, 3 days ago would have been the 26th. So the day after Christmas is when they found the body, and she was the one that found it. She just said here, we found her. She's in bad condition. So somebody sent Mariana a message. This was the girl they sent the message to. And she saw the whole thing, guys. She saw her face. She saw everything. She looked her in the face for the last time. This is so sad. Guys, this is sad. When she says bad condition, that means her body was probably even decomposed at this time. Let's read these comments because I'm kind of curious. They said prayers, girlie, and the baby. They said, and the baby? They're like, I pray she's okay. They said, thank God she's been found. And the reason why they said she's in bad condition, they're talking about condolences. And is the baby? I know. I'm sorry, Mariana. When they said she's in bad condition, basically, Mariana didn't want to say that she was deceased. So she just said she's in bad condition. That's just basically what she said to kind of ease the pain. She didn't want to basically say she's deceased. That's why she used those words. She's in bad condition. Oh my God, guys. Let's see if we can try to get back to this profile. Can we get back to the profile, please? Come on, y'all. Okay, there it is. Then I hear it on 3 days ago. They said, we're praying. They said, we found the car. So they were the one finding it. So she was a part of the whole the search for her. We found the car. That was 3 days ago. And they're like, where at? People are trying to figure out where at and all that. She's like, this was 3 days ago too. She said, we're praying so hard for a miracle. Just give her to us already. Have an effing heart. We just want Savannah and baby boy home. That is sad. This is when they were looking for her. She said, license plate update. They picked up their permanent plates on December 7th. License plate number this. Oh, so they picked up the permanent plates on December 7th. How come they never put the permanent license plates on there? That's weird. They said they can track the car, make them be on their ASS and make them do it. If they tell you they don't have a way to do it, they're lining their ASS up. They said, just hold on a little longer, mama. What's in the dark will soon shine light. So they were looking for her at this time. They said looking for the vehicle, the 2013 Optima. Search for Savannah will be at 5 p.m. So they were doing all these searches and everything for her. It's so sad, man. They said, I hear this is sad too. She said, it's supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year. Damn. Sorry, guys. I had to cuss on that. This is sad. She said, it's supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year, but it's not. It's the worst. Trying our best to give my daughters a good Christmas, but it's so hard to want to feel happy and said we are just heartbroken. Savannah and baby Fabian are supposed to be celebrating with us. This isn't fair. Dang, that's sad. They said, we won't stop looking, mama. We need you home, Vanna. Please come home. Heartbreaking update. Savannah, Soto, and Matthew were found dead in their vehicle. Oh my gosh. So she posted that there. Did she not know that? I don't know. That's weird. She posted that back then. I don't know. They're like, we miss you so much, Vanna. We won't stop searching for you, baby girl. That was 5 days ago. So they've been searching for a while for her. San Antonio, surrounding areas. They said, weird SHIT just keeps happening. Nothing is making sense. SHIT gets deleted off her TikTok. Who the F has her phone? Please, God, lead us to the answer. She's pregnant and overdue. Guys, so stuff is being deleted off this girl's TikTok. So somebody took her phone too. This might be some more tea because I didn't know they took her phone. I know they allegedly took the boyfriend's phone, but it looks like they took her phone too, guys. And this girl had a pretty big TikTok. I'm going to see if I can find her TikTok, guys. Maybe we can look at her TikTok if we can get lucky. I don't know. Pray for us just so we can find it. But I don't know. I really don't know if we're going to find it. I'm trying to find this girl's TikTok, and I don't know where it is. She might have went by a different name. You know how a lot of times they don't go by their real government name? So, I really wish I could find it because they said they found bruises on her. Everybody's on this thing too, which is frustrating. Savannah Soto was not the first to fall victim to a tragedy. Yeah, I don't know where her TikTok is, guys. If y'all know where it is, put it in the chat for me. Cause y'all know, I don't think she used her government name. Anyway, let's just get back to this right here on the Facebook, y'all. If y'all find her TikTok, let me know. Put it in the chat. Okay. So anyways, somebody had access to this girl's TikTok. They said, still no leads on anything. I refuse to believe this is happening. Like this SHIT can't be real. Ethan, mijo, please bring Vanna and the baby home. So she's speaking to Ethan because remember Ethan, the little 15-year-old, he's now an angel, basically. He's deceased. So she's asking Ethan, who's now deceased, to try to bring home the baby and Vanna, basically. Let her know she's not alone and we are here for for you, Mama. Please speak up if you know any information. The thing that she don't realize is Savannah was with Ethan by now, because she's now deceased at that time. That's the sad thing about it. She's like, you look so beautiful, Mama. Lord, please bring her home. That's sad. Please keep sharing posts. Everyone has been sharing posts. Thank you. This has been going on for 6 days. She said that is her boyfriend, Matthew Guerrero. If anybody knows him, please let us know. We need to find them. Y'all, they probably thought Matthew was the one that unalived her. They probably did, because you know how violent he was in the past. She said, this wasn't supposed to happen like this, Savannah. She said, if any of y'all have seen my sister-in-law, Savannah Nicole Soto, she was supposed to get induced today at 6:30. Never showed. Hasn't talked to any of us, and no one has gotten in contact with her baby daddy, basically. This doesn't make any sense. She was so excited for her baby. He's already past due, too. It's so dangerous. We just don't know what to do. Cops aren't doing anything. Please screenshot and get word out. Get my little sis and her baby boy home, please. This is sad, y'all. Please help us find my sister-in-law. Dang, this is sad. I don't know if she's got married to somebody in the family. I don't know how she's a sister-in-law. But it looks like she's more of the sister-in-law on the Soto side. Life is tough, my darling, but so are you. Okay, this is way before she died. Way before this happened. I'm trying to see. I want to see her friends, because I'm trying to see if maybe we can. I guess not, guys. I guess not. I was going to try to go on her friend page to see if I can find Savannah's real social media. Oh, I wonder if this was Ethan's casket, guys. Yes. Wait, it says baby boy. Yeah, I think this is Ethan. Oh, this was Ethan, guys, because he died last year, May 2022. And in June, they had his funeral. So this was Ethan's casket. Oh my gosh. This is sad, guys. They just buried him last year. That was Ethan's casket, and now they got to bury her. This is terrible, man. This family has been through it. This was Ethan's memorial right here. He was just a little 15-year-old boy. Because look, they say right here, half my heart is in heaven with my angel, Josh, Ethan, Tim, LLE. I don't know what that means, but now they got to have a memorial for this girl. Like this, man, I could not do it if I was their family. Guys, I couldn't do it. I could not do it if I was her family. I don't know how they're even like holding up right now. So this is I'm about to show you guys the GoFundMe. This is the GoFundMe. I might have to put a link of this one after the story's over in the comments if anybody wants to donate. They're trying to raise $20,000. Savannah Nicole, because they're trying to bury Savannah and the baby. So they're trying to raise the money for that. But her whole name was Savannah Nicole Soto, and the baby was named Fabian. And this was her with her mom. Cindy Martinez Valero organized it. Let's read what they had to say here. They said, on December 26th, 2023, the tragic passing of Savannah Nicole Soto and baby Fabian has brought so much pain and heartache to us all. Dang, that just happened just this Tuesday, guys. And she didn't even die on 26th. She died probably the 22nd, earlier or earlier morning of 23rd. That's when she probably passed away. But anyway, as we all love Savannah and baby Fabian so much, we are starting this fundraiser in hopes to raise funds to help funeral expenses, to give our sweet Savannah and baby Fabian the funeral they deserve. Anything helps. If you can't donate, please share and repost. Please keep my family in your prayers as we deal with this tragic heartbreak. And people posting, they said this tragic event was unfathomable, say the least. No matter the circumstances, she was still someone's child. The brutality of this tragedy struck everyone deeply. I extend my deepest condolences to the family. Rest in peace, Savannah and baby. Somebody said, my Savannah and sweet baby boy Fabian, rest in peace. My heart is shattered. I don't even know their souls. I was hoping for the best outcome, but the Lord knows all. Holding my babies extra close. Prayer, love, peace. I'm so sorry, girl Savannah and baby boy. People posted different sorries and condolences and stuff like that. and they're almost to their goal, 20,000. I think they're going to need more than that. I really wish they would have asked for more. So, because since the mother is just going to be in so much long-term grieving, guys, like for years and years to come, she is going to need money to support herself because she's not going to be able to work under these circumstances. How can she work with all this grieving she has to do for her son and her daughter and her grandson? Like, she got to mourn all three people. And I don't think she really cares anything about Matthew. So she probably not going to be grieving Matthew one bit. Okay. So that's why I didn't put him in there. But she, you know, this mom is going to need, you know, GoFundMe money just to, you know, try to survive, because she's not going to be able to work. She can't mentally focus on work with all this loss and grief. So I really wish they would have raised like $100 grand or something so that they could just try to live off that money while they're trying to get their mind straight, because the mind is all jacked up. They're going to need counseling, grief counseling. Even the sister-in-law is going to need grief counseling. I don't know if the mom and brother, the mom and the stepfather was there when they retrieved the body. I have no idea. This story, guys, is a hot mess. It's so sad, but it teaches everybody to be careful who you surround yourself with. Be very careful who you surround yourself with, because the person you fall in love with, the person you decide to give your heart to, can lead to your premature death, like what we've seen happen in this tragic case. Now, I'm trying to see, I don't know if I can find it, guys, but there was some video that I had that had the interview with the stepdad. If I can find it, I don't know if I will be able to. But what the stepdad was saying was, you know, they had all these Christmas gifts ready to go under the tree. And, you know, that's sad. They didn't get to have a Christmas this year. Like, and even last year, because the girl was beat so bad with stitches. So I'm pretty sure they didn't have a Christmas last year either. Oh, so guys, we need to watch this case. I'm probably gonna have to do a part 2 once they arrest the people involved, because this case has made national news. I am pretty sure they're going to be searching high and low for the people involved in this case. High and low. So I'm gonna look at there's an interview by this young lady. So let's take a look at that, guys. But they're gonna find whoever did this. You better believe it. And they're going to cross their I's, dot their T's, and make sure that these people don't get away with it. They're gonna get found. They are not gonna rest until they find whoever did this. But let's take a look at this lady here.
Christmas with her and baby. All she wanted was that baby. She didn't think about anything else. She was so ready to be a mom.
More gut-wrenching details coming out of San Antonio. The search for a missing teenager who was pregnant.
That's sad. That young girl who just spoke, she was a relative of Savannah, and how Savannah was just so excited to be a mom. She looked like she really wanted to be one. Even in that picture we saw of her holding the other little baby, she really seemed like that was her heart was set on being a mom. So that's pretty sad.
And her boyfriend is now a possible murder investigation. Police believe 18-year-old Savannah Soto and 22-year-old Matthew Guerra were found dead Tuesday afternoon in a 2013 Kia Optima that belonged to the boyfriend. Soto was 9 months pregnant and a week past her due date. Family members began looking for her on Saturday when she did not show up to be induced. So
I wanted to pause that right here. Look, this is the photo right here. Look, they got this area taped around here because you could see the bodies in there. So they taped it around to prevent anyone from seeing. Like, it had blood splatter and everything all on the windows and everything. So they taped it off so the public couldn't see all that evidence. Oh my God, it's so sad. I want those people to go down for what they did.
Grandmother says she wants Savannah to be remembered for who she was.
My heart is broken right now. And nothing's ever going to replace her. But she was a heart. She was beautiful inside and out.
The Soto family was already reeling from the loss of Savannah's 15-year-old brother, Ethan, who was shot and killed last year. And this video is also connected to the case. Resurfaced video of a courtroom brawl shows members of Soto's family attacking her brother's alleged killer. Her death comes after the family was already reeling from the death of 15-year-old Ethan, who police say was murdered back in May of 2022 after being ambushed during a drug deal. According to reports, the accused killer, Victor Rivas, was awaiting trial when he made a gesture towards the family, and that's when a relative jumped the railing and began to beat him. Rivas was never charged for Ethan's murder and no connection of his involvement in Savannah's death.
Do you look younger or older?
Wait, guys, did I listen to that correctly? They said he was never charged for Ethan's murder. What? Well, why was he in the courtroom?
Than your age.
Oh my gosh, guys, this case just gets worse and worse. Oh, so what was he doing in the courtroom? Was he testifying on behalf of somebody else? I don't know, guys. This story is a complete mess. It really is. Okay, let's take a look at this. They might have another interview, y'all. I'm gonna try to look at this other interview. Can y'all hear me? I don't know if y'all can hear me. I'm trying to find this other interview here. Oh, here it was. There was an interview. This is the one I wanted to show you guys. I'm gonna show you this other interview that I've been meaning to show you.
Find the expectant parents and frustrations with that process.
But once it was like the 2:30 p.m. mark, we started panicking.
So these two people right here, this lady right here is Karen. And Karen is the mother of Matthew Guerrero. And that guy there, I think that's the stepdad. So this is an interview from Matthew Guerrero's family parents.
Non-stop calling and racing home, racing over there, and
calling police.
Gabriel and Raquel Guerra say they called 911 when they sensed their son and his girlfriend were in trouble.
Okay, sorry, let me correct that. Back. That's the sorry, that's the correct dad, and that's the stepmom. That's not Karen. Sorry, I made that mistake. Karen was not interviewed. That is the stepmother. So his real dad is no longer with Karen. He got a whole new woman. So that woman, I'm sorry, let's do that again because I messed up.
Everything that they did to find the expectant parents and frustrations with that process.
But once it was like the 2:30 p.m. mark, we started panicking.
Panicked and non-stop calling and racing home, racing over there, and
calling police.
Gabriel and Raquel Guerra say they called 911 when they sensed their son and his girlfriend were in trouble. The husband and wife, who live in Bexar County, initially tried to file missing persons reports with the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. Soto's family, who live in San Antonio, tried to file with San Antonio Police. But because Guerra and Soto lived in Leon Valley, the report had to be taken by Leon Valley Police.
well, I was told that they were trying to get the three agencies all the information they had and combine them into one report.
As this was happening, Gabriel says he was racing to his son's apartment, kicking down the door after he didn't get an answer, fearing the worst.
The candle.
The candle was on.
That was another sign that they had a candle on.
Gabriel says the lit candle and Savannah's diaper bag being left behind told them something was wrong. The house, he says, showing no.
Yep, guys, that tells us exactly what happened, that they were abducted from that house. They did not expect to leave that home. So that's a big red flag. And the dad, it's so sad hearing the dad had to go there and kick the door down to get his son. That is so sad. I want to just cry, man. I want to cry.
signs of a struggle. Gabriel says he asked the Leon. Gabriel says the lit candle and Savannah's diaper bag being left behind told them something was wrong. The house, he says, showing no signs of a struggle. Gabriel says he.
Guys, that's a key word there. The house, he says, shows no signs of a struggle because they held them at gunpoint. And he must have somebody willingly opened that door because they were expecting visitors to the house. He might have had different drug trafficking. This guy, Matthew, was not too smart. Man, he might have been expecting those guests to come over there to do a drug transaction, and that's how the robbery happened. Because there's no sign of a struggle. And of course, when you have a gun at your head, of course you're going to comply with no struggle at all.
He asked the Leon Valley police detective assigned to the case if they could track his son's cell phone location. He says a detective told him it was unlikely a judge would grant a warrant for that because there weren't exigent circumstances.
He basically said they're adults. If they want to disappear, they can disappear. And again, I reminded him, the baby's overdue. It's been overdue. They missed their due date. And to me, that's a life-threatening, there should have been more urgency.
We reached.
Right, guys, that's where I feel like the law enforcement failed here. Like, they're over here trying to urge them to try to do things like get the search warrant for the phone. They had probable cause. There's a sense of urgency that this woman who needs to be induced the next day has missed her doctor's appointment. That is enough probable cause for them to search the phone because he was last seen with this woman who needs to give birth. These cops just didn't care about this minority family, in my opinion. They just didn't care. Because they had enough probable cause. You got a pregnant woman who's 9 months pregnant who needed to give birth and she missed her appointment and she was last seen with Matthew. That was probable cause to search the phone to find out where they are. So that cop was wrong. He was wrong. And even like Unguarded says that the neighbor said she was screaming before she got into that Cadillac too.
Out to the Leon Valley detective assigned to the missing persons case to see if a warrant was ever sought. The detective replied that he was instructed by the Leon Valley chief of police to direct questions about the investigation to San Antonio police. He stated that he was not authorized to make any further comments.
The law enforcement dropped the ball, and if I was the Sotos and the other family, I would sue. I would sue for negligence on the end of the law enforcement because I don't know the whole scope of the cause of death of the baby, but if the baby happened to somehow be delivered, because there was another case where a mom was like 8 months pregnant and the baby dad, he wanted to unalive her and the baby, and they ended up shooting her and the baby somehow survived because she got immediate health attention. So if they shot her in the head, guys. So if the cops would have done their job to find them quickly, they may have been able to somehow save that baby because it doesn't appear, I don't know the whole details of the crime scene, but it doesn't appear as though the baby might have been out of oxygen, but if they would have got to her quick enough, they could have got the baby out, hurried up and rendered some type of medical aid to the baby. So that's why I'm saying, I really feel like the cops dropped the ball because they might have had a chance. They might have had a chance to save that baby. Oh, look what, okay, Ellen said something too, right? She said babies are often expelled when a mom dies. But Ellen, if the baby's expelled when the mom dies, can the baby still be alive though? If the baby's 9 months pregnant, he was going to be induced anyway that very day, probably or next day. Would he be alive at that time? Because he was already pretty much a full-blown baby. I wonder if even though he was expelled, would he have been alive? Would they have had a chance to save him if they were there quick enough? Let me know, Ellen, because if you know so much about this girl, help us sister out. Okay, you said you're not sure about that part. That's what I'm saying. There was another similar case like this where the mom was shot and they were still, because the cops got there and they rendered aid and everything, they were able to save the baby even though they didn't save her. So that's what I'm saying. If the cops would have done more work instead of just dropping the ball completely, not even trying to get a warrant, not trying to do anything when this woman was basically about to have a baby, y'all. I feel like they are somewhat negligent on their end. Oh, Unguarded said he didn't make it out the womb. Her legs were not up. She was not sitting down. Or sorry, she was sitting down. Oh, okay. I don't know, Unguarded. Some people think the baby was expelled, though. That was a theory from some people.
Never knew a pain like this existed. You know, you hear about a parent losing a child, and you're like, man, I can't imagine what they're going through. It's exactly how it is. You know, you can't imagine it.
The couple, expected to become first-time grandparents this holiday season, now mourning a son, a grandson, and their would-be grandson's mother.
I just hope we can get to the bottom of this and justice be served, because I just can't fathom how anybody could do that to a pregnant woman. I just can't get that out of my head.
While Soto's murder would be considered capital murder under Texas law because she was pregnant, San Antonio police shared a synopsis which lists Guerra, Soto, as well as her unborn son as victims, apparently signaling law enforcement's belief that both Guerra and Soto were murdered. For the News 4 I-Team, I'm Mariah Medina.
Tonight, the family.
Right. We already knew that, y'all. We already knew that. But I wanted to share that interview there where you could see that they had gifts already for the family, all this stuff, guys. And the cops dropped the ball, y'all. Dropped the ball. It is so sad. Right, like Mark said, not without medical attention. Girl, exactly. But I'm just saying, if the cops would have did their job, though. The father was asking for them to, get the search warrant for the phone. If they would have did that, they would have found where the car was, because the phone at least had to have been near that apartment before they took the phone and left the area. So they would have driven over there, because that was one of the areas where the phone would have pinged off on. So, like I said, the cops delayed, and they may have had a chance of saving them. May have. I don't know. I may be wrong, guys. I might be wrong, girl. Because, by the time they noticed that she was even gone, it was like the next day. So the baby probably would have been dead anyway. Who knows, guys? But still, the fact that, okay, there's a theory that nobody even addressed. I haven't heard any one person say this. Now, this neighbor that says she heard Savannah screaming the night that she was kidnapped. How come that neighbor didn't call the police? These neighbors are a hot mess. She heard Savannah screaming, allegedly, whoever this witness was, hearing her scream for help, and she didn't call the police, or he didn't call the police. That's another issue that I have with this case. How are you going to hear a victim screaming for help getting put into a Cadillac, and you saw her being forced into a Cadillac, and you didn't bother to call the police that night? If that neighbor would have called 911, she might have even been saved. I know, Ellen. Yeah, the neighbor did say that it was a regular thing to hear her screaming. But either way, even if it was a regular thing to hear her screaming, if that's the same witness that testified about Guerrera assaulting her before and it got a felony, she still should have called the police. Anybody who's yelling and screaming, and she knows that this young lady has been battered before by Guerrera, why would she not call the police? She should have called the police. She's still wrong. That neighbor's still wrong, y'all. She's wrong no matter what. I don't care if the girl screams every day. The neighbor said before that she saw Guerrera beating this woman every day. One time he saw Matthew beat her so bad while she was unconscious and beat her down the stairs and all this stuff. So if this girl's screaming for help, that's a clue that they should call 911. It doesn't make any sense. And she's being forced in the car she didn't want to go into. I would think that's logical sense to call the police, y'all. Like, the neighbor dropped the ball too, because had she called the police, you guys, she might have been alive. The cops would have been there already or found where it would happen. And the evidence would have been preserved too if they did do something to this girl. So that's another thing I don't see anybody talking about, the failure of this neighbor to call the police. Some of these neighbors ain't your friend. I'm just saying. Y'all out here smiling at these neighbors and they could care less. You get kidnapped, they're just going to sit there and watch you like nothing ever happened. Y'all. This is so sad. Oh, yeah, so Unguarded made a good point. Unguarded said there was a restraining order, so police were called before. Okay, so yes, so how come the neighbor didn't call this time? If the police were called before, she clearly, or he or she, I keep saying she, I don't know what the gender is. This person clearly knew that this girl was being battered every other day. So it's just the norm. You're just gonna let people get beat up and call for help and get forced into a car and you're not gonna say anything? That's weird. That is weird. Oh my God, Ellen, I love Ellen. Ellen said, I guess I could also be scarily to call police if these people always retaliating. But yeah, people need to do better. Yeah, you're right. They might be scared because this guy's into drugs and stuff. But I'm sorry. I guess I'm just going to talk about myself because I don't know what the neighbors are feeling. I could care less because if you call the police, you could tell the cops not to, you can call anonymously. There's all kind of neighbors around that live in that apartment area. So no one's going to know who called the police. You can call the police and be anonymous, and you can tell the 911 operator to not let the police come to your house. Because sometimes the police will go to the house where the 911 call was, but you can specifically request that you remain anonymous and that none of the officers come to your house or let anyone know that you called. So none of that's an excuse in my humble opinion. I feel like the neighbor still dropped the ball because she could have been anonymous. He or she could have just called and no one would have ever known because there's all kind of people that live in that area. So how is he to know who called the police? And it's obvious that whoever was involved in this conspiracy, in this planned attack, none of them was thinking there'd be any witnesses because they did it early in the early morning hours when people were asleep, or probably late night, like 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. This was happened, guys. This didn't happen at 8 o'clock. This happened like really like late at night or early morning hours when this happened. When they thinking people are asleep, there's no witnesses. But these criminals are so dumb that people are out, looking in their windows and stuff, peeking in to see what's going on. Clearly their witnesses were there that were sneaking in their windows to see what's going on. So with that being said, like none of the neighbors had any excuse. It's not like they're out there in the criminals see them calling 911. They're behind their closed doors. Obviously the criminals had no clue that they were being watched, clearly, because otherwise whoever was being watched would have been unalive too. So I still think this neighbor dropped the ball. Why didn't she call the police? But Ellen makes a great point that if they're saying this girl's always screaming every day, they might just think that's a normal part of life. But what's weird is they said they saw her getting forced into a car. So I'm like, that looks like a kidnapping to me. But I still think Ellen might be right in that they might just be so used to this guy beating her and doing weird stuff that they might have been like, oh, whatever, this happens every other day. This girl always takes him back, so whatever. So Ellen might be right, y'all. She might be right. Either way, guys, I'm still not letting that neighbor off the hook. I'm not letting the neighbor off the hook because you can call 911 anonymously. I've done it many times when I've seen things. Nobody will know. Nobody will know. You just tell them you want to be anonymous and they won't know. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like, and either way, guys, Ellen, I don't think this neighbor is scared because this same neighbor, whoever this person is, I don't know if it's the same neighbor, Ellen, but there was a neighbor who witnessed Matthew beating her and got the felony charges. And he or she testified in the felony trial, which led to this guy's conviction. So if he was so scared, he wouldn't have been a witness in the trial that led to his conviction, because the article said that that witness that saw the beatings happen all the time, he testified in the trial, which led to Matthew being convicted. So it's obvious these neighbors aren't as scared about Matthew as people think, because they testified in the whole trial and was identified by Matthew. So I don't think that's really the reason. Okay. I don't think it is. If they over here testifying in broad daylight in a courtroom where Matthew can identify these people, I don't think Matthew is that thuggish. Now, Matthew might be in here doing drugs and putting up gang signs, but I don't think he's all that tough where he's going to go and retaliate and unalive somebody. I don't think he was to that point. I think he was just one of those people that go around trying to act like they're big and bad, but in reality, they're just a little bully to women. He don't look like the type that'll step to a man, though. He don't give me that vibe. But that's just me. All right, guys. This has been long enough. About to be 4-hour live, y'all, over this tragedy. This story, I'm sorry, y'all, kept y'all up so all night on this tragedy, but this story has broke my soul. And I really wanted to do a deep dive in here. Y'all let me know if you guys think anything else about this story. You guys have brought so much different contributions to try to figure out what happened to this young lady. And I appreciate everybody's opinions and input. And we're just going to pray that this family, God give them strength. And I pray that each of these souls rest in peace. And I pray for justice, y'all. Right, Ellen? Isn't it quite the rabbit hole, girl? This case was all over the place. All these different murders and people. It's just so much people involved. Girl, you know this case. We're going to have to do a part 2, part 3, and part 4 of this one. So this might be one of our long-standing cases once they find out who did this, because I'm guaranteeing you they are going to find these people. And you know what? These people are dumb. Clearly, they're dumb because they didn't think about the fact that where they dropped off the body was going to have video surveillance. So clearly, these people are dumb. So with that being said, I think their DNA is in that car. They probably didn't even have gloves on because as dumb as they are. These people are so dumb sometimes, guys. So I really think they're probably going to find fingerprints in that car, which might even lead to the defendants in this case. All right. Love you, Myra. Myra says, good night, everyone. So sad. Always great to hear from you, Queen. Much love and prayers for this family. Stay blessed and highly favored. Good night, all my beautiful people. I'm sorry to keep y'all up, but you don't have to work on Saturday. Hopefully none of you guys do. You guys can sleep in, but we had to really go into this case, y'all, because this case is a very sad tragedy. I probably will come back soon to talk about another case that I cannot get off my mind. But y'all let me know if you guys want me to talk about a story too, because I need y'all input. So please let a sister know what y'all want to talk about. Love y'all. Good night.